Oop. All right.
We are live.
F it, we'll do it live.
All right, so I'm not too proficient at this yet, but we'll get there. We are live, and thanks to everybody in the chat, and thanks to the panel. We got Peter, aka Pad Bluco. We got Rex from Momentum Continuum Comics, and then we got Shadowhawk Talks.
Hell.
Let's see if I can get this going correctly.
Justin going to be joining us? I'm just curious.
I don't know. He said he was available.
Okay.
But let me see if
Yeah, I
share
can't
this.
stay for long, boys. It might only be about 15 minutes.
57 views on that on Randy so far today. We had Randy on today. Yeah, Randy.
That's
Randy
awesome.
Zimmerman from Arrow Comics.
Dude, you guys went for a while after I dropped out.
About 2.5, hours total, I think.
Yeah. Like a couple of little hands with the
Well, he
teapot.
was the one that actually suggested, coming on.
I just fucked with it.
It looks like we
And
lost.
he was
Yeah,
like,
we
Peter,
lost
have me
Peter.
on again, and I was like, well, how
Where'd
about
Anchor
Friday?
Pad go?
I suggested a couple days.
What are you working on there, Omer?
That's a piece for Levi Skiing. It's one of his
Memorial
robots
Park.
from his Memorial Park story.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I was thinking it was like some kind of weird take on a Tin Man or something.
Yeah, it does look like that Return to Oz robot, doesn't it? With the sort of World War One helmet thing, because I think he had it, and they bump him on the head or something. He kind of round body. Remember that?
Oh yeah, you smack him on the head, and yeah. I almost forgot about that.
Share audio on like a window tab. How do you do that?
He was like timey-wimey or something. You had to wind him up. What was that question, Omer?
How do you share audio on a window tab in StreamYards? I don't have an option to select it.
If you pull it up and then add it to the stage and just hit play, it should play the audio. Depending on a laptop, if you're on a laptop or regular.
So let me know if you hear it.
No, okay, you gotta look for the little audio icon and then click it to turn the audio on when you play
That sounds like the Beastie Boys. Click it.
Yeah, I'm on my phone, so it does it automatic. You don't have to
do anything. Well, you know what? Let's just skip intros today. We'll just chit chat and draw.
Yeah.
I do want to bring up Rex's campaign and see if Pete comes back.
I haven't checked it. I haven't checked it today.
Devil Flyer, a devil's weapon, magazine size.
48 pages of goodness. I was looking at. I was trying to find Katie did.
47 pages of goodness and 1 page of greatness.
Well, yeah, and it might be more. It might be bigger than that, but
Hey, I don't want to disappoint people,
Right.
How are we doing on? Am I audible? Am I?
There he is. You're back, Peter. Hail.
Yeah. Everything crapped out on me. I had to restart.
So. I used to mess around with people and say, "No, you're muted. We can't hear you." Yeah. And I did that. I did that to one lady, and she freaked out and
she never come back.
And then she destroyed. No, she destroyed her laptop.
No.
She got frustrated, destroyed her laptop, and come back on her phone. And that, like, yeah. Okay.
Well, I mean, I guess you deserve to have that happen, right?
Yeah, you know,
what you get for being a wise ass.
I sure wasn't expecting that. You know,
well,
felt bad after that.
Yeah, that's irrational behavior. Why would you?
It is, yeah. I wasn't expecting her to do that. Yeah.
I mean, especially it was a fairly gentle joke. So
yeah, and I've pulled it before on several different people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? What?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
No,
Am I muted? Am I muted?
No. Is there anybody out there?
Yeah. There you go.
Well, there's somebody here. It's Peter DeLuca. There's Shadowhawk, and there's a little guy called Devil Flyer, and omerglitch, Garcia.
So what are you working on, Peter?
Just a couple of
grid panel there. Looks beautiful.
Yeah. These are new pages, new panels. So looks
like fun.
Yeah, it's I don't know. Like I'm going to get to some sketchbook work, but I wanted to get some momentum on these real quick. If I can do some like cheap things to get me motivated, you know.
I was
Shakalaka.
I think you were there watching us on Topicless. I forgot to finish this last night.
Oh, cool. Oh, yeah. That's from before. Yeah. Super cool.
Yeah.
Nice
effect. Sorry, internet's down. No problem. If you can get it worked out, and you can pop in, cool. If not, no problem, Belmont. Appreciate you giving us a message.
So, Peter, are you working on
I was on Belmont's page earlier because I was curious of who Belmont was. He does pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, he's doing pencils down right now.
Yeah, I know.
Right,
yeah,
Smokes the
I had no idea
weaponized werewolf.
That was.
Yeah, Smokes the Fox and Weaponized Werewolf. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
All right, fellas, I gotta go. Good night, everybody.
All right, Shadow. Appreciate
Take care.
You.
Get some good rest.
Yes.
We'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, let's see. Tomorrow is my office party. Mm-hmm. I get a free seafood. Meal. All I can eat.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's here's the crazy thing. So the company that holds my like my major IT contract, they're roughly like a $90 million like entity. And they're spread like coast to coast. They're up and down this coast. And it's been, holy crap, maybe 5 years since there's been a office party. Like once COVID hit and everyone went to work at home, it never came back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
crazy. Yeah.
I work for a company that owns Terminex, so they're like international. They're really big. So there's no telling what they're worth. Worked for them like 12 years. We got it bought out about 4 years ago by them. And so, I've worked for them for the past 12 years. So and I always look forward to the office parties and the free food. You know, I've missed it. One year they upped it a day and I didn't find out till too late. So I missed it that year. I said, damn, missed that on free pizza. You know, I said it was tomorrow night, but it's actually Friday night looking on the calendar.
Okay.
So I've been looking forward to it. It's like free food. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking of you when I was putting the highlights on this Peter.
Oh, where you? Oh, yeah.
This is kind of similar to what you would do, but you would really trick it out with the whites and the highlights and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, you kind of like, again, it's a little bit like professional sports. Like, you want to give yourself opportunities for like to make something happen, and that's where, because like even here, like what I was talking about last week, like I'm penciling this, but I'm kind of rimming it so that when it's colored, like I'm doing part of the coloring just with the line work.
Right. It's just the dark and the light places. I did this just quick face on Topicless back in September, and I like the look of it with I did some gray alcohol marker along with the black and the white highlights on the eyes, and I like this cardboard tone. So I decided to do the supplement in like I'll have her scan this so it's all the panels are this tone. And instead of although I do have some toned paper, it's maybe darker, lighter than this. I kind of like how this turned out with the grays. So I'll just have her scan that and we'll digitally put in. I'll just do although I did do this on cardboard too, which I kind of like that cardboard brown for the muddy.
Here, let me make you bigger there.
Body and stuff, so
the cardboard stuff is great. Like even here with my Street Fighter sketch,
and you know what? It's not precious. You can, you can kind of swing for the fences on it. If I mess it up, it's just non-archival safe cardboard. But it's
the reason why I like toned cardboard, because when you're doing like skin tones, it's like it's that middle value. Like even here. Like, so like when I do Zangief's face, I just need like the darker marker. Yeah. Oh, that's cool too, Rex. Yeah. And that's Bob, right? That's your guy.
Yeah, that's Bog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Bog. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Super cool.
I'll probably do more like Omer did, with the Doc Blaylock on Gray Tails, but I was kind of just going on that cardboard thing. I did some, like I did a larger piece here, and cool. I did kind of give him a nose bridge, kind of like the old Swamp Thing, Bernie Wrightson Swamp Thing had that skull like nose going on that one. I did try that out. The great thing about Bog is he's kind of versatile. He started out kind of looking like that. In fact, I'll show you the very first drawing I did of him back in 2015. Right there he is. And
you know what? I like how wrinkly that is.
Yeah, he's more like a brain like thing. Yeah. So I was going for that, trying to create a character also that had that ridge like the Thing from Fantastic Four goes all the way across.
Yes.
It was only later till I divided it up, into two brows. And I still draw it different ways, I'm also working on there's your Bog right there, fully colored.
Yeah.
You sent me scans to that earlier today.
Yeah, I sent you the black and white too, in case you wanted to color it differently.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
I'm glad you did. Yeah, I'm glad you scanned it in black and white. You said you were going to.
Yeah.
Let me
show off this piece real quick. This is Peter's. I don't know if you saw it.
Oh, you got it done.
Dude, that came out super cool, super nice.
Yeah. How do you like the scan? It looks better than it does here.
Yeah, because I've been kind of in the headspace of like original versus scanning and like workshopping something recently.
Are you working on issue 2 right now?
Right now, no. This is another book of mine.
Okay.
And this was going to be something I wanted to, I don't know, like just work on, but then like show people later type thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Can we
but
get a little
well,
sneak peek? I saw
last
some
week
finished colored pages under there.
last week you mentioned issue 2 that you were going to send us issue 2 at some point.
yes, yeah. So I got like this is just like a pile of things I have to either complete or like stream. Like I don't know what this is. I think this. I'm like, I don't know why.
That looks like one of those Filmation
There's a little vehicle design there.
buses, vans that they
Oh
would
yeah.
have the group show up in on the show,
But here's the wild thing. I got Uzi Susie 2 is.
I'm so glad he didn't say I think I love you.
Yeah.
Here's the wild thing.
Hail Shadow. Good night, Shadow.
Yeah,
Good night, Shadow.
is in it's just about wrapped. Because I wrapped up these the zipper tunes. I kind of updated some of the zipper tunes.
Mm-hmm.
But I should have I can't find it. I should have a stack of all the original artwork. And I don't know where the hell
somewhere I've still got a sheet or two of Zipatone that I've had since the 80s that I haven't fully used. I don't even know if it'll stick anymore.
Yeah, it actually should.
It probably will, but I just, used it very sparingly. I didn't even use all of it.
Here's issue 1. Wow, yeah, I have issue 1, and I don't know where the hell the originals for issue 2 went. But I still have to send the stickers, the trading cards. It's a little bit of like a project just to get everything off to the printer at the same time.
Oh, so you're still working on 2 to get it together?
No, 2's done. Yeah, here's whatever stack I have of 2 are my issue 3 pages, and this is issue 3 right here. With Kryborg blowing up.
Kryborg.
Yeah, Kryborg. Yeah.
Jinx, poke your.
Nobody loves me.
Yeah. And Kryborg's like he's like this old robot that these kids find and they piss on him and they wake him up and he kind of like blows him away. Yeah.
I will never forget that scene from Shogun back in the 80s when they disrespect him, they piss on him.
Yeah, right. Yeah, dude. Yeah, very, very edgy for.
That's the only thing I remember of that show is when he gets urinated on. I always thought that was pretty wild, that they showed that on TV.
Shogun too, dude. Like, right, one of the highest rated miniseries, like ever.
There's a bog I did.
Oh,
that's cool.
Sorry. Here we go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was looking to see what these gray tones and stuff would look, and then all the white areas would be that cardboard color, just laid in, digitally. But I don't think I'm going to go with this look for him. I'll probably make it more like Doc's.
Good to see you visit AJB Animated Studios. That's apparently one of my former students from back in the day.
Oh wow.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
Marcus Killigrew's in the house too.
I'm sorry. I gotta get back. I was in the private chat. I wasn't even looking. Marcus.
What? We got people? What?
Yeah, I was like, oh, jeez.
Hey, Marcus.
Yeah, you're like me. It sounds like your organizing skills are about like mine. That everything's here and there, and you got a short list of things you got to get done, short pile, and I've got a bunch of stuff I've got to find.
Yeah, it's always I like to work from like top down. So like I'll grab this stack, knock it out, move on to the next, move on to the next. And sometimes like you need that attitude. You just need like shut up and work type stuff. Like, the whole thing where, I got to do like warm up sketches and I have to, get inspired and, go check out the sunset, like whatever. Just like do the work. Like it's drawing. Like just shut up and draw type
Yeah,
stuff.
the I used to have art block. I don't have it anymore, like at all. Once kind of they did the whole Inktober little bit thing and kind of incorporating art into your daily life.
Yeah.
Like just doing it every day as work, like as a you have to do it kind of thing. Yeah, I've never had art block since then. Like it's never been a problem whatsoever.
Yeah, that's why doing sketchbook challenges is useful because it's a good way to get rid of that. Yeah, and that's why I work on so many
So
different.
Marcus, we'll have to get you in here at some point. I'm doing it slow because I'm just getting used to all this stuff. But we'll get you in here for sure. All everybody in the studio over there on Don's channel, and I'll be promoting everybody at some point, little by little, as I get better at all this stuff.
It can be a challenge at first to figure it all out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. That's why I was asking you that's why I was asking. I'm like, hey, are we doing it? Because my whole thing is doing this with you. It's just practice for you. It's like let's
appreciate it.
Let's practice. Let's get good with this. Let's get like a good chemistry going.
Yeah, I'm down to if anybody else wants to if you want to jump around and do this show like what is it called? Taking turns or whatever. I'm down with that too. So
yeah, it's just and
Rex knows how to use StreamYards. He's a pro. So
yeah, well, I don't know about that, but I can get around.
All right, I'm trying to finish this off, Rex, for you here. Battle Brick. You wanted the cape blue and the shoes blue, right?
Yeah, with white. Yeah, and then the arms and legs would be the brick color.
The brick color, that's right.
I think,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what you said, yeah.
So real quick, where is the, because I don't track the all the crowdfunding stuff, but where's Pencils Down? Is that like taken off? Is that doing well?
It's funded and it's on what is it, on Indiegogo?
Oh, did it reach the 5,000? Did it get funded?
Yeah, it got funded like a day or two ago. Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Yeah, we'll go over the campaign here in a little bit. Let me do a little bit of work, and then we'll jump into everybody's YouTube channel, and we'll go over Belmont stuff too. He was our special guest, but he's got some internet issues, and then we'll do that.
Well, it happens. I mean, when I had John Longbox on, my computer went down, and I don't know if it was a storm or a transformer or something, but I was knocked off for like the first 45 minutes. Shadowhawk fortunately kept him talking. And
John can talk, man. You don't need anything to get that guy going.
Right. Yeah, he can.
Yeah.
And it worked out really well. I got back on after 45 minutes and finished up the interview, but he asked me a question about my exactly what it was with the Captain America shield, because he's got a couple of shields. He's got a triangular shield and a real expensive one. This is like a flying nylon thing, like a giant frisbee that I picked up somewhere. But he had just asked me that. I just answered his question, and then my internet went out, and I was like, ugh. So, and even Peter's internet went out, or he had to reboot before he came back in.
Yeah, so, it's like you'll just have trouble. Like if you do it enough, like you're not going to have a major, like you'll have little setbacks, but as long as you don't have anything major, but it's like but I think like we all use the equipment so much, like you stream so much, Rex. Like I do so much, like the equipment can only be perfect for so long. That's it. Like
we're
Users and abusers.
We're playing the odds there. You know, it's bound to catch up with us at some point.
You know, every time Pete goes live and his internet's all shitty, I'm constantly in the chat giving him shit. Well, I'm not giving him shit, right? I'm just telling him, hey, Pete, your image looks like pixels or whatever. Like,
Mine
I can't
does
hear
that
you, Pete.
too. My camera, I don't know why. It's I just think my internet speed right now is crap. So
your what do you call it? Choppy ass theater.
Choppy ass theater, yes. It's become a meme about, you know, by this point. Peter, I picked these Azure alcohol markers up at Walmart.
How are those?
About $19. Well, I can show you some.
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, because like I'm all into the cheaper products.
Yeah.
Like I don't care how expensive.
I think you would like them. I mean, if nothing else, for $19, you know, you get a nice case that'll hold 24 markers.
Yeah,
that are kind of like the Copic markers. So I leave it up to Rex to buy the container. But you know, and this is probably, you know, I don't know why it is certain reds and stuff. Like this is more of a magenta, in the magenta range, but it comes out purple when I show it. Down there at the bottom, but that's just my camera. It's really not that color. It's more of a magenta, hot magenta.
Because even for these ones, like these Five Below ones, like the tip here, like this is essentially a brown tip, but the marker's orange. So like even for the Five Below ones, I have to memorize.
Is that the same sort of rounded triangular as the Copics?
Yeah, well, yeah, because like it's a little bit of a they call this it's a chisel tip.
Yeah, but let me see with the cap on.
Yeah. Just yeah. So some of them are like square.
Okay, I can't really. It's so dark there. Let me see.
I don't know why.
Get it in some light there.
Yeah, here we go.
I was just saying if they would fit in this box, you know, because mine are like that. Are they like this, where they like almost like a little yours is more square.
Yeah, these are square, but then these ones are round.
Yeah.
And then
these are kind of round, but they're kind of heart shaped, you know. They're like the Copics. But I got these primarily because they had such a range of greens in there, and I thought for bog I could use those for that. And I like the grays. It had some grays in there too. That's kind of what I've been leaning to, is black and white and gray toning. Kind of like this. This is one I did back in August, I guess. September. Let's see.
Oh, that looks beast.
Or no, back in July, actually.
What are those things behind his head there, Rex? Is that like horns or something?
Yeah, well, that's his headdress. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's
it reminds me of that one costume Padme wore. Remember?
Yeah.
Maybe that's where my mind came up with it. If this was colored, the skull would be like gold mask, you know, would be gold. But
that's not bog, or is that bog?
Despair. I'm currently working on this guy, which is supposed to be a Western villain that I'm trying to.
So that's Despair.
Out.
Is that what you said?
Despair. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who's that?
Huh?
Who's that character?
I haven't got a name for him yet. He's just somebody I'm trying to do for Midnight, my Western character.
Oh, nice.
And I'm also working on a zombie character that I've had. Got that far with that one. But everybody that backs Devil Flyer gets a free 4x6 head sketch like you were talking about over there on Fun My Comic. You're going to get some 6 a.m. stickers.
Unless you went digital, right? The digitalers don't count.
You know, I could probably send you a sticker, you know, if you really got to, you know.
Hey, I did order that. I did order your ash can yesterday.
When did you order that? Now,
It was probably like midnight, 10 o'clock, somewhere around there.
oh, but recently.
Yeah, yesterday.
Oh,
Yesterday
oh,
night.
okay. So yeah, I haven't checked my Gmail. I've been pretty much writing today,
Yeah,
cooking,
just double
doing
check it.
home stuff.
Make sure the payment's there.
Okay. Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
I'll check to the Gmail. Yeah, my ash can's still up on Indiegogo. Never taking it down. Jason Bascom in the house saying, just swinging by
What's
to
up,
say hey and
Jason?
hit that like.
Hit the like. Let me throw him up on the. Give him some props.
Actually, this is a good time because it's like, yeah, I got up out of
What's
bed
up,
to do
Jason?
this, but I was just laying down and resting anyway in between shows.
Nice. Nice.
You got to do that when you stream a lot, you know?
Yeah.
I was on with Randy Zimmerman today from Arrow Comics for like 2.5 hours. So
yeah, I was watching. I had some design work to do.
Well,
so
thank you.
Yeah, so I had that up on my TV when you
watch
guys
and listen. Yeah.
Yeah, because like you guys are good because you know a lot of the like you grew up around a lot of the like the when you were talking about the movie serials and just how good some of those special effects were, and like stuff like that. Like that's kind of it's and you are right, like because I did the Shazam one or the Captain Marvel and the Black Scorpion.
I was just going to say, Peter, that's probably the best as far as the old movie serials. That's one of the best that they did was the Captain Marvel one.
Yeah, and I'm watching that, and I'm just like, like he's flying. They're in different environments. Like he's
and he's violent. He beats those bad men up.
Yeah.
You know, he really does. I mean, some of them I think he might have even thrown out a window or something and killed. You know.
Yeah.
It wasn't your cutesy little kid Shazam.
No.
Yes, you know. Insomnia.
Is that the black and white one?
That's Insomnia means you have to tolerate me today, Omer. Haha. Hey Rex and AKA.
Hey Carrie.
Hey.
Look at Carrie. What's up, girl? Glad you're here.
Insomnia. That's at some time, Peter, I'm gonna do bog air fresheners.
Oh, there you go.
Are they gonna smell pine fresh?
Yeah, pine fresh. With the bog. I have done some designs within this tree form.
Very cool.
Yeah.
On a little side note, Insomnia sucks. Sorry to hear that, Carrie. It's not fun. Been there, done that.
My Ethan Van Sciver card that I bought like 3 or 4 years ago for his birthday and never have finished. Had tree frogs on there, and I did a cyber frog and bog and another character behind him there of mine.
You gotta send that to him.
I got to finish this. Yeah, I was going to put a bunch of my characters. And
how many years is that in the making, Rex?
I think this is the 3rd year I haven't sent him to him. I could be wrong about that. I think it's year 3. So I just have had it around here and just have never finished it. But yeah, I need to get down.
That type of frog looked really cool. It was very well drawn.
Yeah, that was when there wasn't a lot of online. Now there's a lot, but back when I did this was one of the few references I could use,
right,
that I could find.
Yeah, and Cyber Frog is not easy to pull off.
Well, you notice I only put so much of him in the corner there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if you're doing a Cyber Frog full body,
I just hope he doesn't display it in the bathroom like all his other fan art, Rex.
Oh yeah. I've got to go to 5 and what
below?
Did you say that? 5 below, yeah. I've got to go check mine out, just see what they've got, because you were saying that they had some back comics. And,
yeah,
Oh,
there
and
were
I
yeah,
know
DC
they have
comics
some
too.
Pez dispensers often,
yeah. Because even the like here, like I bought these for actually one drawing in my
Oh,
wild
wow.
sketchbook.
Got
But
a
yeah,
5 and
like at five below.
Yeah. What'd you get those for? $5?
Yeah.
Oh,
Five.
grayscale. Wow. I'd be all over that.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
and I
Are
got
they good?
one.
Are they good markers?
We can try them out in a couple minutes because
Is it permanent? I've been inking with water based.
oh no, this is permanent black India ink.
In the markers? In the markers?
Oh no, the markers is
alcohol?
Yeah. I think they have to be alcohol.
Okay.
Yeah, they have to be.
Yeah. This is a pintail. It's a double, it's got a sort of a brush point on one side, and then it's got but I like to write and ink with these, but they're water based. They're not permanent.
Yeah, they're not yeah.
But I like them. I like it, and I've become pretty proficient with it. So
yeah, so
I might stick with it, even though it's water based.
I bought these just to do the death blow in my Wildstorm sketchbook.
Have you had card as long as the big pig?
Yeah.
What does that mean, Rex?
Which card?
Have you had the card as long as the pig, Rex? What does that mean?
Well, it's my mascot here.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that piggy. Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, Doc Blaylock. What card is she talking about?
I think the Ethan Van Sciver Christmas card. Have you had the same amount of time? The pig and the card.
Actually, the card came first. The pig came later. I've had.
There's your answer.
Probably. Huh?
There's your answer, Carrie.
Yeah, and here's you another pig.
Look, little piggy, oink, oink.
Yeah, from Toy Story. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know what his name is. Pork chop. Hell, I don't know. Oh, I picked these up. I picked the little. They call these things pod pals.
Oh.
And there's a little flash. And they had some Power Rangers. I can't remember. So I got a Flash and I got a Cookie Monster.
Sweet.
Yeah, because
nice.
I grew up with Sesame Street. I was the right age at 1969.
Oh,
3.5, 4 years old.
Yeah, I was just reminding people not long ago that Sesame Street is a Philadelphia thing.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Hi, Johnny Bravo.
An old vintage belly washer that they came out with. What year is this? My light in here sucks. Bet I can find a date on it somewhere.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Whoa,
she did. Oh, 2002. Wow, I've had this since 2002.
Don't drink it.
Drink it? I already have.
I said don't drink it.
No, don't drink it. Yeah. Oh, I do have some of those things in there with the content still in there. I should just pour them out. And you got to have a tiki cup, right?
Oh, yeah.
You got to have props. If you don't know, I always do this. This has been a Purple Pineapple production.
Oh, yeah. Purple pineapple. Purple pineapple is not that's not a terrible name for a production company.
No, no.
Right? Yeah.
I don't know where my straw is, but it got a coconut. I picked some of this stuff up on sale. You can pick stuff up on sale.
I'm gonna relabel this show the Rex Show.
Why not? Hey, Peter, did you know that they made blueberry moon pies?
Yes. Yeah, they make blueberry and where was I in? I was at a very short layover in like Elena, I want to say, and there was like another flavor moon pie. Yeah. I like that guy.
Don't they have banana?
Yeah, he's what I'm working
Banana
on.
moon
Yeah,
pie?
maybe maybe it was banana. I want to say maybe
Yeah, that guy looks
cherry.
dope. I like that zoot suit kind of mafia guy you got there. Sorry, Pete.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, it's okay. Yeah, but yeah, I am. I love moon pies. Moon pies are great.
With your ash can, and you'll love these because these are heavy duty magnets. You'll get a Momentum logo magnet.
Ooh, that's a
and
special.
you will get
now.
a Devil Flyer magnet.
Ooh, excellent.
And let's see if I've got some of the trading cards here. You will get these 2 promo trading cards.
Hell
the cover
yeah.
of the ash can.
Cool.
This is promo trading card 1. And here's the back.
Very cool. Those look great, Rex.
Rounded corners. Rounded
yes, sir.
corners. Yeah. And then here is the second card that you'll get.
Yeah,
I like that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna and this is taken from one of the stories, so this is in the book.
Yeah, I like when you draw Devil Flyer, Rex. I like that you give them those like deep, like shadows right underneath the.
Well, the thing of it is, I did not draw him this. I didn't.
Oh.
I didn't draw this. This is.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, I like that because you know what it is. It makes it look like that. It's like he's like in the costume. Like it makes it look like that he's like wearing something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's a good touch though. Just when it comes to the aesthetics.
Well, when I did do I've done one Devil Flyer head sketch, and I told Apex I would send it to him because he's like, draw more Devil Flyer. You know, but
yeah, I agree with him. You need to draw more Devil Flyer too.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. No doubt about it. Carrie bought a couple of things from me on the campaign, and she bought not this piece, but she bought this character on a sketch card. This is Harbinger.
Reminds me of Rob Liefeld character, that white character with the
Zero.
Yeah, Zero.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was always cool.
Yeah.
Here's something else I was trying out those markers on there. There we go. Just the background and a little reflection in the eye.
Very nice. Very nice.
Those grays.
Very
Just trying
nice.
to see what the markers do, you know. And I like this
you
one.
Totally
I
got
know
that
what
one
to
right,
do
Pete?
with the bottom, so I just kind of did partial on that one.
That's cool. I like that one.
Yeah, kind of like he's rising up out of the muck or something, you know. Very intense look, you know. Hats are difficult sometimes for me, you know. It's like you know, to make it realistic, like it's sitting on their head.
Yeah, it's like doing gloves. Sometimes, like even like just like a belt.
There's a heap. There's a heap I did.
Is the heap in the bog part of your?
He's public domain, so yeah, I could give him a cameo shot, you know, in the book.
Yeah, I think we talked about that last week.
Bog, or he's the first swamp monster that
was
in comic. He was in the Airboy and other stuff.
Right, we talked about Airboy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that mummy sketch Rex did. Carrie's asking, did you?
I'll have to go in there and get it. But yeah, I can do that. Here's one I got to finish up. I really need to. I'm thinking about. I've got to white this out though. But the rest of it's looking dope. You know, he's got 2 big horns that need to be symmetrical. So.
Oh yeah, that looks great.
So that'll be finished.
Let's see what Pete's got here. What's Pete working on?
He's slinging the ink.
Death blow.
Ink slinger.
For the
dude, I love the way. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Those.
Let me
Yeah, I
go get that
remember.
mummy piece, and I'll be right back.
I can't flip through all of it just because some of this is wet, but this
Right.
is me just kind of going through the Wildstorm universe characters.
Right on.
And just finding different ways to draw them, like kind of having
I remember you were drawing that voodoo and that Pike there. On stream when I was
like the Pike really is the one that like early, and sometimes I'm lucky, like early on in the sketchbook you get that one piece that kind of sets the tone, and I had Pike done pretty early, so I kind of knew, like like I was able to visualize more of the sketchbook at that point. So
check this out. I was looking through this today earlier because I was trying to find a nice voodoo.
I bought that for a friend of mine for Christmas years ago, and I always said, "Oh, I'll buy one, like for myself." Never did it, but that's a great book, though. That's
pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean, there's, I don't know if Jim Lee ever in people's eyes became like a non-Marvel artist. I think when people see Jim Lee working on the DC stuff, they just rather it be Marvel. But Jim Lee kind of just never quit, though. He kept drawing covers.
Yeah, I will say this though, on this particular book, as I flipped through it, I was looking for kind of female poses in action, but even his male characters in this book, particularly, everything they took kind of looks like a still image of them standing real cool,
Right, yeah.
So you get a couple of Batman swinging and a little bit of a Superman kind of flying, but they're if you look at it, it's so iconic because they're just really badass standing poses. You know what I mean? They're not actiony; they're just standing.
And Jim Lee is so good with drawing covers. He knows how to get your attention. He knows how to,
there's a beauty in the stature.
Yeah, I call those power poses. He's the best power poser in comics.
Absolutely.
And that's it. He's the only guy.
It's money. It's all money.
Yeah. But now, he's great though. It's hard not to like Jim Lee. It really is.
Yeah, I don't think I've met a real Jim Lee hater.
Yeah, I mean, I do my fair amount to criticize him. Yeah, I'm very critical of what he does with DC Comics, but I think
as a publisher, as the executive or whatever.
Yeah, as the guy that calls the shot, the face, as AJ Styles used to say, the face that runs the place.
Right.
Yeah,
which really sucks because you're the top guy, right? They're keeping you around for 3 to 5 million a year or whatever it is, and you can't pump out at least 52 pages a year or even 24 pages a year, right?
Right. It's it's not even that too. It's he doesn't seem to be involved with the books. He's not
somebody else.
Yeah, he's not the editor in chief. I get it. He's the publisher, but always, if you go through comic book history,
Belmont's here.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Belmont. Sorry, we didn't see you there. We got we were jibber jabbing.
Yeah, I've had bad luck. My internet was out, and then I came back, and then I put on my headset, and it cracked.
Oh, wow.
Well, it was already kind of on its way out. It already had but this time it just, then I had to go downstairs and get some electric tape.
Oh, wow.
That seemed to work.
Yeah. Carrie says, hi, Justin.
Hi, Carrie.
So we were discussing Jim Lee. I'm sorry, what?
Is my mic good, or is it too loud or too low?
Oh, you sound great.
Yeah,
it's perfect.
It's coming in good.
All right. Yeah, what are you guys doing?
We are
Yeah, I'm working on my Wildstorm sketchbook. We were chit-chatting Jim Lee.
Oh, don't get me started on Jim Lee.
There you go. Yeah. Like I said, Jim Lee as a publisher is up to full criticism. Jim Lee, I don't know. Like he turned Wildstorm into a licensing house. All the Wildstorm characters that people love just kind of washed away too. He's available to get criticized. So he's not perfect.
He's just sitting there while
watching.
DC
Hit
destroys itself.
like, share, and subscribe, please.
He's just sitting there while DC destroys itself, not saying a word, just letting it happen. No big.
Yeah, a little bit of like the silence. I was about to say right before you came on, Belmont, that he's not like involved with the book stuff.
Chat.
Like which is like odd. Like he doesn't come off like a publisher. Where like in the past the publishers were always writing editorials, they were telling you about new books and new talent.
Hell, even if they weren't the publisher, they would try to do that like Stan Lee, because they want to be the face of the company.
Right. And he's just like Jim Lee's clearly lobbying for a Warner Brothers gig. Like he wants to be a Warner Brothers like
executive.
Yeah, like high level, which is fine. Like like that's his career path. Right. But like he's going. It's almost like he's got the blood of DC publishing on his hands.
Yeah.
I mean, but Jim Lee could draw like any book and do covers for like any book and create sales.
Right, which he's gonna try to do, right, with Hush 2 or come back with Hush or whatever he's doing.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know too much. I know it's something. I don't know like exactly what. I know they're doing like Long Halloween too, which just seems like weird. I know some people said that's good though, but
that was Tim Sale, wasn't it?
Yeah, Tim Sale, Jeff Loeb.
Mm-hmm.
And Tim Sale, keep in mind, had a fantastic run on Deathblow when Jim Lee couldn't complete those. Like Jim Lee left his own book, and Tim Sale came on board. And
that was some good stuff, man. That was good stuff.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Justin, I didn't even look up to see that you were here. Hey,
yeah,
and get the computer going.
Yeah, I got to meet Tim Sale a couple times. He's a pretty cool dude. He was.
Yeah.
And
here's Belmont Press is Justin Belmont, and here's his character from Pencils Down, #2. And this is a fan art I made for his comic, which I think is going to be in the back of the book, supposedly. He did want to let everyone know that I'll be doing the cover instead of Dillard, John Dillard. So I'm replacing John. Yeah. Just kidding, Dillard. Just kidding.
Now that you got the money, you can run.
Yeah.
No, I didn't get the money yet.
Oh,
you don't get the money until the campaign ends. Then you got to wait like 2 or 3 weeks after that. Assuming you can get through the what's it called?
There's some of those
great,
Rex. Peter.
Good coloring.
Yeah.
What is that?
That's cool, Rex.
Bog,
yeah.
Hog.
I've been
big boss Bog Hog.
Sort of, using these Walmart Azures to see how.
What Indiegogo has been doing is they've been saying, "Oh, we have to have the trust and safety team look at your campaign after it already funded and we already got the money."
There you go, Peter.
Not before.
In the dark.
Oh, no. But wait, Bell, like, what's the process for that? They like what? They can take it back or they can retract the.
It seems like if they don't like your campaign or you for some reason as a creator, they can, let you go through all the hoops. You'll crowdfund your ass off. You'll go on shows. You'll get all these backers, and then at the end they'll say, "Oh, it looks like your campaign hasn't went through the trust and safety team," and then they can decide that you don't qualify for it or you don't meet their standards for whatever reason. They can just make up a reason. then not give you your money and then issue everybody a refund.
Wow. So
That's
they
already
can
happened.
say like, so they can say, hey, we don't like what you're saying here. Like, we don't like the message of the campaign, or we think you're about something evil, and no. Essentially, that's
I believe it just happened with Sven in his book Butch Killigan. I believe that they're having a problem with the getting issued payment from that campaign after it ended, and they said something about the trust and safety team. See, at Kickstarter, when you submit to them, they actually look at it first.
Right, they do it. Yeah.
But at Indiegogo, they kind of let you just make your sign up page. There's nobody looking at it, and then they let you make your campaign, and then as long as nobody complains, whatever, they just assume everybody's campaign is good or whatever.
They complain, then it could be like cash grab, and you have to go over to Fund My Comic or
yeah. I mean, you have to have a reason to complain, but you don't need much. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So what? I don't know what was wrong with Butch Killigan or whatever. I didn't see anything wrong with that campaign. Or maybe he's guilty of wrong think or whatever. I don't know, but it's kind of scary. You know what I mean? But
that they can do that.
It's scary that you would put all the time into a campaign and then just have the rug get pulled like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they'd rather not have the money. Isn't that crazy?
Hey, well, Belmont, I guess I've got your YouTube channel here pulled up. If
it doesn't
anything
really
you want to say
matter
about it, Belmont's YouTube channel is at Belmont Press Comics on YouTube. You want to add anything to that, Belmont?
Yeah, lots of fun. We got Cannabis and Conspiracies, which is my cryptid show.
Nice.
We talk about Loch Ness Monster, time travel, just the weird, bizarre paranormal stuff. Yeah, UFOs, glitches in the Matrix, stuff like
talking
that.
About, those drone UFOs too. You guys going into any of those?
No, we haven't. We're kind of going over the classics right now, and over my favorite paranormal topics. We're on episodes 47 or 48. We're almost to 50. So we covered, a bunch of subjects. Roswell. We might take a look at flat Earth. I don't believe in it, but
I love flat Earth conversation. I know every single theory and rebuttal, and I don't believe in it, but I love the conversation. I really do.
So I would have to find somebody who actually has the flat Earth side and kind of knows what they're talking about.
John Malin.
That will not be me.
Yeah.
Hey, Belmont, the Man Cave. The Man Cave. Oh, yeah, is that on your channel and good stuff?
Yeah, we got the Man Cave. We're actually on hiatus right now because we did 80 episodes in a row, 79 episodes, I believe. So we didn't take any breaks. So we've been taking a break for the last few weeks, and then we're going to come back on the 19th for a Christmas special.
Oh, awesome.
So I look forward to that. I look forward to getting a new headset.
There's that mummy piece that Carrie wanted you to look at, and I'll also show you the.
Let's see that. Oh, that looks great, man. Oh, nice. I love the skull and the teeth. Those eyeballs too.
There's a silver boa.
Oh, I've seen that one. Yeah, that looks great. It kind of looks like Shocker. Is that right? From Spider-Man?
Yeah. Well, yeah, you got that pattern. With your purchase now, you'll be getting this bookmark.
Sweet. Are you going to hand color that one for me? I'm just kidding.
Oh, you want me to? I can. Yeah. It was a black and white camera. This is the original artwork. So this is just the size comparison to show you. A little bit larger, but this will probably be put up on the campaign when I renew it. If somebody wants it. I did it back in 2022.
Right on.
And that was published with the Devil Flyer Ash Can. Now this is this is not a proof here. This is just, you know, a card. I didn't have a proof of that one, but these are actually proofs. But you'll be getting something like this
Very
as
nice,
well,
Rex.
because there's
Yeah,
3
those look great.
bookmarks. Yeah,
Those
and they're
look
double
great.
printed. They're
Oh,
on both
yeah.
sides. Yeah. So you'll be getting 3 bog bookmarks and 2 trading cards and the 2 magnets along with your books.
You would think this is a bog campaign rather than a double flyer campaign.
Well, you know, your bog was going to be my main character. You know,
Oh, okay.
And Carrie bought these off. She bought a Dirty Joe.
Oh, that looks great.
And I did these on parchment paper, hand cut parchment paper. I had a stream where I cut the parchment out, these card size, trading card size. Took me 6 hours to do like about 200 of these.
What's the name of that character?
And
Oh, that one looks awesome. Check that out.
She bought this Harbinger one as well.
Yeah, that Harbinger looks cool.
So those are going to the UK to Carrie. Yeah, here pretty soon. And I might have to throw in Mr. Teeth.
Look at Pete here. He's using the whiteout. He's splattering. He's speckling. He's fingering. He's doing all the bits there.
Mm-hmm.
Every available technique, right?
Man,
whatever it takes.
That's dope. Now it's starting to feel like a little Jim Lee, Frank Miller. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to break out my Doc Martens and correct something here on that one so I can finish him up.
Yeah. Hey, Pete, are you a fan of Shelby Robertson?
Yeah, Shelby. Yeah, I did. I spoke about him on my channel a few times. When I did my Crypt episode, I did Crypt. I went into because he drew one of the 2 issues for Crypt's miniseries, but he's also from the school of he was at Extreme for a little bit.
Right. Well, he does a Frank Miller Jim Lee style too, with the Sin City stuff, and it looks great. I love it. I'm trying to figure out how he's he's getting that sense of negative space. I just can't pull it off. I just love it. I said fingering. Yeah.
And Shelby is one of the, if you really go through,
he's just so damn good.
Yeah, but he progressed from where he started. He got really good with line work. He got really good with proportions, and he's been insanely active, and I think it shows. And I think maybe that second or third wave of guys I came up through Extreme, he's
Panosian,
there.
Robertson,
Pat Lee, Amy Pack, Chap and I'm probably the only non-Chap Yap person out there. I'm not I put Chap Yap kind of he's almost off the list.
Here's our mascot for the evening, Mr. Glitch.
Might as well not
my own
show
character right there. Pew pew pew.
Right,
he might as well master. Who's not going to show up? Who? Where? What are we talking about? Who? Ha!
Yeah. We need Glitch to have his own crowdfunding campaign, right?
Well, I don't think you've seen this. Have I showed this to you, Pete? I've got so I do have a mini comic that I made years ago.
Maybe. Oh no, I didn't see that. No.
Yeah, so it's a 16-page mini comic. I think it's 10-page story so far. 10 pages of story.
What's the hook of Glitch? What's the character though?
Okay, so he's just kind of a at the beginning he's just an assassin, for a secret government entity.
Okay.
Oh no.
And he's very Deadpoolish, to some extent. So he doesn't know his memories were wiped, and as he's going through his first initial missions, he starts getting flashbacks, and he remembers who he was or whatever, and he doesn't want to be an assassin. and then he comes up with the name Glitch because they don't call him. They call him. I don't want to be on the ass assassin. So he remembers who he is. He decides to be called Glitch. That's part of the whole thing, and then he decides to become a superhero.
Okay. So he's just a killer with no memory.
Right, initially, and then he feels guilty about all that kind of stuff, and he remembers who he is, and
he's got Rodney Dangerfield eyes.
I want to be a superhero.
Well, that's like decent. That's good looking stuff there.
Well, thank you, sir. I hand folded and printed these. Well, I got Xeroxes made, and then I folded them and I saddle stitched them. I made a custom saddle stitch stapler, like with this wood kit thing, and I chopped off these staplers and mounted them so that they would be exactly in the right place, kind of thing. So, yeah. Hey, Don.
Have you seen my stapler?
That's a good one, isn't that from something men, Minutemen?
See, that would be great for you to do as a supplement with an omerglitch comic. You know,
hell,
you've already got it made up. Offer the original ash can. You know,
the Dawn is here. Thanks, guys, for coming in. Thanks for checking us out. Yeah, absolutely, Rex. Absolutely. So I've sold about 200 of these, and
that's great.
I used to have a really good printer that would print these for me. They would give me the black and white sheets, front and back, for 5 cents, and then the covers, I think, were $0.25 or 50 cents. So
try and get that price today. I'm not sure you could.
Yeah. Well, she was real nice to me, the lady who. So at the school district that I used to work at, I became friends with the lady at the print shop, and she would just give me really good rates.
Yeah. Family discount.
Yeah.
But now, like, if you're just working off of Xerox, you should be able to, like, still pay about 5 cents a piece, though.
Yeah. If I hand fold them myself and stitch them together.
Or like you can probably just get like a local print shop to why do that? Like that's one of the things where I think the cartoonist kayfabe, the cartoonist kayfabers, like they kind of popularize like stapling your own books, and it's like I get it, like maybe do it one time, but after that it should be like get that book out, pay someone to staple it, like don't focus on that, because
I really enjoyed it. I would just sit there and I got the 200 done in 2 days over the night, just watching a movie. It was therapeutic, no big deal. But I mean, if you can spend a couple extra bucks and just have it automated, I mean, do that for sure.
Yeah. Well, most high-end printers automatically staple. Like they
the new digital stuff, with the new
I won't even say like new digital. I'm saying like probably like a $10,000 copier
copy machine
does that.
The biggest problem was the color sheet, like the color cover versus the black and whites. So that's why I had to do it, because the machine that I was getting the 2 different copies from, they were 2 different machines.
I got you. Yeah, I think it looks good though, dude. I think you did. That's a good effort. Like, no joke, no cap.
Yeah.
No
cap. When I was in high school, me and a buddy of mine, and this is where Glitch came from initially. We both made a comic book in high school, and I made Glitch the character, and I had like maybe 5 pages, and he had 10 pages of this character that he totally ripped off Sin City, right? I didn't know it at the time because I didn't have Sin City. And the art teacher praised them for it, and they looked at my effort and they were like, "You suck." And I was like, "What do you mean? This shit's good." I'm like, "I'm good," I was 16-year-old, and and I was the one that printed the comics in black and white, and I think I have 2 issues of it. what happened was, well, at that time I made like maybe 20 copies, and we gave them all out to our friends for free in high school.
Yeah.
And where my dad worked, he worked at a car dealership, and I was able to go in and use their copy machine. And he let us go in one night, and we ran, I don't know, about 200 sheets, and that was like about 20 copies, black and white. It was fun. So I knew I could do it since then. It's not hard. It's just hard to make it good.
Well, that's and that's kind of where like I'm not saying you can guarantee if a comic is good because there's so many elements.
Whoa, that would be awesome, Don. Thank you.
Yeah, I need to
sorry, buddy.
Yeah. But no, it's like there's an alchemy when it comes to comic book creation, and you have to kind of if you're doing it all yourself, great. But if you're working with other people, like you really need a chemistry. You need to be able to know, like kind of like the ways that the artist would interpret things that you may want. And like you have to let your writers and colorists, like you kind of have to let these people also take over the book at times. And it's tough, dude. Like and the money's not there to incentivize good work. So you just hope.
Right. I gotta call out James here. He's a big cheater, right, Marcus? Right, Don? Right. And Don wants to say hi to both Rex and AKA Pad here, and I'm sure he didn't forget Marcus, sorry, Belmont somewhere there.
Yeah, what about me?
Yeah, I don't know. Did he
chopped liver?
He doesn't like Belmont. Yep, you're pure chopped liver, bruh.
Because I have shitty internet.
I tell you,
you're back. Respect. Yeah, so Don says he's gonna draw a glitch. Oh man, that would be awesome. I'll take fan art too, guys. I'm cool. So Belmont, are you back?
Yeah, I've been back. Was it glitch like a glitch in the Matrix or?
No, he's a glitch.
See, that's what I thought.
He used to get picked on as a little boy because he didn't know how to read and he would stutter, and they would the name they would. Well, it sounds really dumb, but they would call him Glitchy Boy because he would try to read, right? And so they would call him Glitch. And so he takes that as a negative thing and turns it into a positive and makes it a superhero name. That's the gist of it.
By becoming a assassin.
An assassin.
Yeah, an assassin.
Well, the government makes him an assassin, and then he remembers his memories and calls himself Glitch and becomes a superhero.
Well, that's a decent name origin, right? Like, there's very little to criticize about that. Like, God knows that's. I mean, like, I'm not joking. That's better than the name origin for Namor.
There you go, Belmont.
Yeah, he did say hail. I see it now.
Yeah. I thought I saw it too somewhere back up there.
You said he did it.
Yeah. I wasn't sure. I didn't go back and look too. Oh, there. Where is it? There it is, right there.
Beefs.
Right there. There it is. Yes.
Homer, I gotta ask you: have you been to the Alamo?
I have. I've been to the Alamo at least 3 times.
Nice.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's a very small place, isn't it?
Yeah. When you don't get to see the whole bit of the kind of the area of the Alamo, it does seem like it's small. But because sometimes they close off the basement, and so you don't get to see it all. So if you get to go into the basement, you see how much bigger it actually is, and then you get a sense of the scale of the size of how it is, because a lot of the city encroached in on it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's a little bit like the in Dallas, the paper depository building for Kennedy. With Elm Street now has all this, there's skyscrapers all around it, and a little section of that is preserved, but the rest is Dallas.
Will do, Don. Thank you. I wanted to finish off with Belmont as far as showing his campaign, and then after that we'll hit up Rex, and maybe we could do Belmont's
pencils down.
Yeah, pencils down. We'll do the trailer for that, Belmont.
Oh,
Yeah.
What's the idea for pencils down? Like I know that was right. That was like what the comic book world wanted to do during COVID, right?
Yes.
Like that's where that's coming from.
Yeah, I was, reminiscing about those times. I think
I'll be right back. You go ahead and tell them.
I saw something online about it. And I was just thinking about it. I was like, I like the name Pencils Down.
Yeah,
maybe I can make a character. Maybe I can make a character or a story around that time period of comics. So I was sketching in a notebook, and I drew this like jacked pencil on lined paper with a pen. Just scratched it out. And he's kind of floating there. And I gave him 11 by 17 paper, like he flies around like a Silver Surfer.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like just a little joke that I drew on my notebook. And then I added a sharpener gun, kind of those old school pencil sharpeners that you crank. And that kind of reminded me of like a Gatling gun from like, I don't know, the Wild West days or whatever, when we would crank them.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
And then I kind of put it in my DM group, and there was an artist named Eric Hodson who was in there, and they were laughing at the sketch, and I asked him if he would draw a more detailed sketch using my scratch, and then he came up with that pose right there you see on the screen, but it was a rougher pencil sketch at the time. And then I liked it so much, I asked him if he would make it into a cover. So he did that, and then later on, I asked him to add the beach background, because originally it was like a street background or something like that. I wanted to change the location of it.
Yeah,
It just felt right that he was at the beach or something like that. So that's kind of how it happened. And then Hojo was also in our group, and I know he's got the humor and everything, and I liked his mythical stuff. So I asked him if he would write a short story. And I came up with this origin story for him. And the origin story goes that there's an artist, and he works for the Big Two. And he gets an email one day that tells him to put his pencil down. That he's, we don't have any work for you right now.
Yeah, yeah.
And he gets really upset because he's already living paycheck to paycheck as it is. He lives in a shitty apartment. He's got, cats everywhere. And just down on his luck, and then he gets this email, and it pushes him over the edge, and he wants to get revenge. So he dusts off his Ouija board, and he tries to summon a demon to help him. And what happens is, while he's doing that, is his pencil rolls off his drafting table, and it falls onto the Ouija board, and his number 2 pencil manifests. And he's mad. He's pissed off because he's been drawing woke shit this whole time. So he's not happy. And that's the origin story that I handed to Hojo, and he kind of took the reins from there and went with it.
Yeah.
And then we started adding like little cameos and eggs throughout the book, and it kind of caused a little controversy or whatever. But it is what it is. I mean, it was just for fun. If I left somebody out, wasn't on purpose or whatever, it's just can't put everybody in a short story.
Right.
But anyway, the story was just supposed to be fun satire. It was a happy accident. I didn't plan on putting out this book, but I'm glad that it happened, and it looks great, and I like how everything turned out. And then one day I saw Dillard was looking for work, and I already had the script.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked his style, and he kind of has that. He can kind of do different styles. He knows how to do like the Ren and Stimpy-ish style. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Detailed sometimes, but cartoony in other ways. Like they'll show a close up of varicose veins and stuff like that.
Yeah, the close up acrylic drawings in that series are legendary.
Yeah, or whatever. And then so he's like his magical. Yeah, so he's a magical pencil, and he's able to float in the air a little bit. He's not able to like fly around town like Superman, but he has a limited magic ability, keeps him afloat. And the story is just crazy. It's just fun. You're gonna laugh your ass off. And then I saw Dillard was taking work, and I just hit him up because he just does that style perfectly that we're looking for. That captures the humor. He even told me that his favorite artist was John Kay.
Oh, nice.
And he's the one of the creators of Ren and Stimpy, him and Bob Camp. And I'm also a fan of his work. But I know he's kind of getting shit now. The reason why he wasn't involved with the new Ren and Stimpy cartoons is because he was drawing not porno, but like risque, maybe cheesecake or something like that cartoons, kind of adult cartoons. And Bob Camp felt that it kind of ruined the brand that John Kay was drawing, stuff like that. So they kind of like broke up, I guess you can say, their creative team.
Yeah.
And it kind of
dropping that in the link in the chat, Marcus. John, you're more welcome to drop your links for the studio show or whatever y'all want to drop on there, as long as it's appropriate kind of stuff. Please. Here's the cover I'll be taking over. So we're gonna update this here from the temporary image for John Dillard to the omerglitch right here. So here's the cover that'll be replacing John Dillard.
Oh my!
Right there, it's gonna be in full color right there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I should pull up the version that has the logo right here down at the bottom. Have you shown that to anyone by chance?
I have it on my phone.
You have it.
Of
course, we're kidding. John Dillard is doing a cover at some point when he gets money. I think he only does work when he gets paid. No,
yeah,
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, what we do is he does one page and I pay him, and then he sends me the file. So that's the way he wanted to get paid, and I like that. I like it that way anyway. You don't have to worry about.
Yeah, for sure.
And he likes to do one page at a time anyway.
Yeah,
even on a big project,
Right. I'm just talking trash.
In Pencils Down, is he like powered by anti-wokeness, since like that's a part of his like origin? Like I'm curious.
There's a new cover right there, guys. Right there. Look, by Omerglitch. Pencils down. It's ready to go. Right, Belmont?
There's no room for my logo.
I'll just cover it over the head.
What? No. What logo? We'll put it right here on the side, right there.
Belmont Press logo.
Right, exactly. I'm gonna grab that one. I'll throw it on there. New cover artist for Pencils Down. I'm gonna put it on there with the.
So he wasn't bit by a radioactive pencil and turns into the pencil or whatever. He just manifests from black magic, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a satire, origin. I don't know. I was high when I came up with it. I thought it sounded pretty cool. It's just as good as like the Turtles and the radioactive ooze.
Oh, look, we have the stunning Phantasmagorical, the Dark Angel.
It's a comic book logic, Justin.
Right.
Yeah, you don't have to overly explain everything. Yeah. And by the way, we're kidding about the Dillard's going to be the number one artist cover guy. I'm just playing around.
I've never been accused of overthinking.
I think it's a hilarious idea, though. I really.
Well, I was hoping to fund in the first 30 days, and I was going to let it go in demand so I can get paid out, and then have extra money because it's Christmas time, and I'll be able to pay Dillard faster. But since this is all coming out of my pocket now, and I haven't got any of these funds yet,
but now
I just been going at a nice pace.
Live and learn, Justin. You can set that up to get paid. On Fund My Comic, you've got options. They can pay after the first 5 days on the campaign, even though it's not fully, if it's flexible. I think that's right. I mean, so the money on the campaign that I've gotten that, I got that all along as it was coming in, so that I could pay to have the work done.
This
so.
is Marcus right here, right? Is that correct?
Yeah,
Marcus.
that's
Hell, Marcus.
a huge piece.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what she said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ayo.
Very girthy.
Yeah, and I'm also going to launch an art contest, and the winner will get the inside front cover, or inside back cover.
Cool.
Excuse me. The inside front cover will be the credits page,
which will be done by omerglitch. Oh,
by the winner of the contest.
Probably not. Yeah.
Which
I
will
don't
be
know who's going to
omerglitch.
submit. There will be a time period of people get to submit their artworks, and even if you don't win, you still can be in the book. And there will be prizes. So yeah, I'm just going to work on the deadline. I'm going to launch that very soon because I've been procrastinating on that a little bit. Making sure I got my language down. I know I'm not like a lawyer or anything like that. I'm just trying to make sure it's fair and everybody, the only person who can't, enter is like, Dillard, because Dillard is a part of the project. I guess anybody who's a part of the project, I guess, shouldn't be able to enter. So there's got to be some rules.
Right here, I think this is the winner of the back cover or the back inside contest cover, whichever it is. Right here, Marcus Killer Groove.
And then I think second place is going to be the first fan art shown in the book, and then second place I think will be the second slot in the fan art section, something like that. I think that's what I'm going to do. Have 3 slots, and then have runners up. So if you don't win a prize, but you still get to be in the book, and you get a consolation prize. So I'm still working out the finer details, but I'm going to launch that. Then there'll be plenty of time to submit your artwork. And then I don't know, maybe I'll do a black and white section and then a color section of the fan art. Not sure yet.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, like in case people submit color work instead of just black and white work.
Yeah, when I did Weaponized Werewolf, I had a fan art section. I put the black and white art first, and then the second half was the color art, and it came out pretty well that way. So I could do that, and even if I get enough artwork that's cool enough, I can even make it like 2 to 4 pages bigger.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. See you later, Don. Thanks for swinging by. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Don. Thanks for stopping by. So,
you want to go over these? You want to go over these perks here? What's what?
Yeah, I just got this new Sven Stoffels cover, which was actually commissioned by Ethan Van Sciver. He looked at my campaign. Yeah, he liked my campaign. He said that I had the spirit of CG like no other campaign has ever had. And then he said that he had this idea, and he had this idea on stream for a cover for Pencils Down, and he kind of like dictated it to Sven on panel, and then he told Sven that he knew his cover rate, and then he wanted to hire him to do this cover right there, and then like the next day he completed it.
Yeah, this was quick. Yeah, I remember that.
And then Ethan hit me up and told me to make that the featured tier. So I got it up on the campaign as soon as I could. It was up within 24 hours of receiving it. So about 2 days after him doing it, it was already up. And it kind of did pretty well. And it got us to almost funded. And then a few weeks later, we actually did get funded, or a couple weeks later.
Yeah, didn't you just get fully funded? What, 2-3 days ago?
Yep.
Yeah. Look at these fingers, man. Those fingers are gnarly on these woke things, whatever they are, men or women, I don't know.
Cancel pigs.
Oh yes, cancel pig. Look, snot's coming out of this one over here.
Yeah, they got wrecked, so their hands got all mangled, and they were watching Ethan's stream, hate watching. That's why he's laughing.
Sweet, yeah.
And you see that paper in the air? They were drawing woke shit.
Oh, I see.
Like gay Superman and like an Asian
Chinese
Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So this is all Ethan's idea, and he was brought to life by Sven. and it just came out really, really nice. If you look at his face, it kind of looks like powdered toast, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of that's a little bit
of
what I thought. Yeah.
All right, so that's featured tier number uno right there. Right there, $20 to make you holla.
Yes, for $20 you get the physical copy, and then you also get the digital.
Very nice. And then you got the digital double feature. What's the double feature? Black and white.
You get the standard edition, and then you get the line art without the words, just John Dillard's line work.
Right on. And then
So
$15 would get you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All the packs come with the double feature, unless you want just the comic book by itself, which is the standard edition for $15 you're looking at right now. So that's just the comic book straight up. No bells and whistles, just the book and whatever stretch goals we unlock.
Nice.
And I am going to put this on other platforms. So what I'll do is I'll add the totals from all platforms and then try to hit the stretch goals. So
very nice.
I'm hoping to at least hit, the first stretch goal, which is the number 2 sticker by 6 a.m. And I really want to hit 7K so I can unlock the
Fanta?
Dark Angel Fanta sticker. Yeah, I know she'll be stoked for that.
So from Indiegogo, you're going to jump onto what? Fund My Comic?
You said stoked.
Yeah, I'm going to put it on Fund My Comic and also the dreaded Kickstarter.
You got to do what you got to do, buddy. So then we have the Ultimate Digital Collection. I'm a personal backer of that one. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, that one you're going to get all my comics, and you also get the line art edition for my comics. So you get line art of Smokes, the line art edition of Weaponized Werewolf, and you also get a pencils only edition of Smokes. You get another PDF that's just all behind the scenes stuff. It has like model sheets, just stuff that I wanted to show that I never published. Just bonus content.
Very nice.
And then you also get, the pencils down double featured as well. So you get 8 PDFs for $20. That's everything that I ever did in comics.
Oh, cool.
Pretty good deal.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And then let's go over these real quick so we get to the big O package over here at the end, close to the end here.
The big O.
Yeah, so basically I got a pack for every cover. So you can just pick out your favorite cover, and you also get the digital. And those are $20 for any cover you want. Then I also have a twin pack, which is you pick 2 covers, and you also get the digital, and that's $35.
Very nice.
Yeah. Wow, that's a lot. Wow. Sorry, I just looked up from the screen. And there's
you get all 3 covers for $45.
Yeah.
Yeah, originally there was only 3
ahead.
covers, and I left that tier up in case someone just wanted to get all 3. But then I added the all 4 covers now that there's 4. So you can get them all in one spot if you want to. But the vault tier is sold out as of like yesterday or the other day. So there's only 2 copies of Smokes, 1 Perlin Bob Layton cover. Only have 2 copies left, and those are on Fund My Comic right now. If I might take them off on my comic and like put them on, I don't know, maybe Kickstarter or something like that, so I can have that tier on that campaign. But I'm pretty much sold out of 1 cover, but I still have the Gerhard cover, but only about 20 copies left of that one. So I'm almost sold out on Smokes. It's kind of sad, and I'm happy at the same time.
Right. Very cool. Let's throw up the trailer. If I play it from here, will the sound come through and all that? You guys are more familiar
just
with
make it large. You just gotta make the screen large, or after you press the play, there'll be a thing in the corner.
Okay, let's see here.
Yeah, it was a teaser trailer by Good Stuff.
The one we just played now?
Yeah, that was a little teaser. I was going to, make a full, pencils down trailer. We just never got to it. I was going to have Dillard do the voice of number 2. I had some ideas for it.
Yeah.
But now it's so far into the campaign. I don't think it's I should do it now, but I don't know. Maybe when I make another issue, I can do that. What I wanted to do next time.
Right.
But yeah, it's a fun project.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's a fun project.
Yeah, for sure. Now, is it currently up on Fund My Comic and Kickstarter or not yet?
No, right now it's only on Indiegogo.
Okay, only on Indiegogo.
But I have Smokes on Fund My Comic.
Oh, okay. That's where I got confused. Yeah,
yeah. I've been sitting there for a while. It's my storefront.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I've been selling even my little action figures on there. Little Smokes figurines.
Keshi figures.
Well, they're not technically Keshi. I called the campaign Keshi Dream because I wish I had, Keshis. Keshis are like that rubber material, kind of like a racer. Like the muscle men were made out of, those little muscle men guys. Mine were made out of resin. Resin 3D printed. But I did want to do something with Eric Hutfles, who does make Keshis. I don't know. We'll see if we can get that.
I'll bring up your Fund My Comic Smokes the Fox campaign up here real quick here.
Yeah, it was just a fun project. I found this guy who can do little mini figures, and I mean, he must have worked at some toy company or something like that because he really knew what he was doing. And it took about 6 months
these right
of work.
Here, mini heroes.
Yeah, little mini heroes. Different colors, but they're all one color, one color, like solid gray. And then we also we need a hero.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember when this book came out and you guys were talking about smoking weed and all this fun good stuff, and I was just like, oh man, it would be so nice to just rip a big old bong hit and just kind of listen to these guys talk about smoking weed.
See, right there, that's original drawing. That's how I draw right there. You missed it.
This is you right here.
Oh,
no. That's Tim Vigil.
I was like, yeah. Tim Vigil's awesome. This one right here.
That's me. Come on. Yeah, I was only about.
Nice. It's not bad. You can feel. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
I was high with my friend. We were drawing, and then I came up with this fox who smokes a pipe. And you can see that original pipe right there. He just had a basic pipe with an X on it.
And
then
right here,
we just called them Smokes. And then I would just sketch them from time to time as a kid, just like little doodles here and there. Then I kind of forgot about them for a while, but every so many years, it would like the thought would come to me. You got to do something with that character.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw that that there's platforms now like Kickstarter and Indiegogo, and people were funding their own comics. I was like, now's the time to, put out Smokes.
And apparently Mike Barron was on board with it.
Yeah, that was an afterthought. So I was thinking, if I'm going to make this great comic book, I've never wrote a comic book before. If I write it, I mean, and people hate it, I wasted all this money on all this great artwork by legends, Don Perlin, Bob Layton, and then I got this shit story. So I didn't really have the confidence in myself to write the story, but I knew what I wanted. So I kind of wrote the outline of the story and I gave it to Mike Barron, and Mike Barron kind of took my idea and brought it to life. And he did a great job. And he did, I told him how I wanted it to go, what I want to happen and stuff like that. And he added a little bit to it as well. And, he did his thing. Originally, there wasn't a weaponized werewolf. You know what I mean?
Now, is this Jay Lee, the Jay Lee from...
yeah, that's Jay Lee, yeah.
Namor and... what is it? Youngblood Strike Files?
And
yes.
Sentry and Dark Tower.
Yeah. Man, I
Jay
loved
Lee's
his
a
stuff
good
on
guy,
the
man.
Watchmen. After Watchmen, that was good stuff.
Yeah, see, as a kid, Jay Lee was one of my favorite artists. Okay, when I first started collecting comics, I noticed
I've met him.
Namor. I noticed Namor on the shelf, and I hated that character. I've talked about it before,
Right.
but I really don't like Namor. But
This
if
is
you
so
can make
dope. This
Namor,
box right here, smoking through the
yes,
bong.
yes. So what happened with that is I was at the Colorado Springs Comic Con, and I got actually to be a guest at that show. Me and Mike Barron were both guests, and Jay Lee was also there that year. And I had these sketch covers. And since I've commissioned Jay Lee a bunch of times, I've known him throughout the years, and I'm always at his table. He knows me by first name. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you guys go have lunch. You go have picnics.
They don't
in the
have
park.
lunch. We're not best friends or anything, but I've talked to him on
Okay.
on email here and there, and he knows who I am because I'm a big fan. I've always told him, I have Jay Lee artwork, just on my wall right now, right in front of me. It's just one of my favorite artists. And like I said, I started liking him when I was about 14, 15 years old. I remember seeing his Namor stuff, and it was incredible. And I didn't like the character, but he somehow made the character look cool as shit. And I just liked his dark art and how he did it. It just came out of nowhere with this style that I've never seen before. And it just blew me out of the water. And then I always, dreamed that I would have my comic book and Jay Lee would draw the cover. And I've even asked him to draw a cover before, but the best I can get is for him to draw, a headshot or whatever on my sketch cover, which was cool. I'm not complaining. So I thought it came out great. I only asked him for a headshot, and he kind of added the arm and the bong in there.
I've got a Jay Lee glitch sketch head sketch somewhere. I moved and stuff like that, so it's stored away. But I've got glitch actually sketched by Jay Lee too.
Yeah, and he's really cool. So he's down to earth. He's really nice. He will draw your character. He's drawn other characters that are not, DC and Marvel, but you just can't publish it. You know what I mean? But,
yeah.
I can't publish it, but I want to show it off on the on the campaign page.
Oh, I thought you were publishing it. Okay.
No, I wish.
Okay.
I did ask him actually. I was like, "What if I, get a colorist, or if I pay you some extra money to maybe like tighten it up or whatever?" And I don't know. I don't think he was liking the idea. I tried. You know what I mean? He's doing big stuff for big companies, and just the fact that he did the sketch for me was good enough. But I did ask him because I felt, what if he says yes? You know what I mean? That's a missed opportunity.
Right.
So I did have to ask. I knew it was a long shot. I still love him to death. It doesn't matter if he won't do that or whatever. I understand either. If I was in his shoes, I'd probably tell myself to get lost, honestly. So
get out of here.
It's not Batman I'm asking him to draw. I'm asking him to draw pot smoking fox.
Get out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Right.
So
that is the character,
Yeah, but
man,
but Mike's just cranking out things after things. Look at this guy. He's like already done like 10 things. He's going to Pound Town on that artwork.
Pound Town, yeah.
Jesus. He's trying to win the art contest.
Yeah. He's already drawn Smoke the Fox, pencils up, pencils down, pencils sideways.
Yeah.
But speaking of pencils up, somebody actually made an account on YouTube called Pencils Up, and it has my Pencils Down Corey Barton cover as the avatar.
What?
Whoa.
And they actually pay money for super chats and have been making super chats recently. I don't know if they're still doing it, but like last few weeks they were like $2 here, $2 there, just saying weird things. I don't know. I thought that was kind of weird.
They were paying it to you?
No, they're paying. I'm not a monetized channel, so they were like, on Ethan's channel or whatever. And I think Katie Did's channel maybe too.
Sounds like a troll account for sure.
I don't know if it's trolling or whatever, trolling the other side or whatever, or anti-CG or whatever. I don't know. But I wanted this book to be for everybody. You know what I mean? All parts of CG, and it kind of like stirred up a controversy because I launched over on her channel, and I guess they don't. Some of the anti-CG guys, whatever you want to call them, the slums, didn't like her. They don't get along with her. You know, I don't keep track of who doesn't
I'm
like.
gonna
Who.
be on with her Monday.
I'm not even sure who we're talking of. Is it Katie? Like, I'm not.
Yeah, there's Katie did, and I guess they don't get along with the guys in the slums. And then I got Dillard drawing the book, and Dillard wanted to include his friends, and some of the guys are from the slums. And he was like, you know, naming off names, and I was like, giving him names. I was like, yeah, let's put Rex in there, let's put Doc in there, you know, Doc Blaylock, and I was like, let's put you know, Dark Gift, what's his name there, Finatra. I was giving them, you know, lists of names. Yeah, I was just thinking of like iconic names and people in the community off the head.
Iconic.
And just people, you know. And then he was naming off some people, and he named off like Lord Raptor Jesus. And to be honest, I didn't know who that was. And I was like, sure, you know, go ahead and put him in. It's your friend or whatever. I'm serious. I didn't know who it was. I don't watch.
I don't know who that is. Yeah.
He said LJR or something like that. He didn't say his like full name. He said, and I was like, who is that? Lord Raptor Jesus. And I was like, oh, I don't know who that is. And then I was like, sure. And then
he's got that Raptor avatar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know who he is now, but at the time when Dillard asked me if I, you know, if he could put him in, I said sure. You know what I mean?
Right.
I didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
And then I didn't know that also that he's in some kind of war with Katie Did or whatever, or they don't like her for whatever reason. And she asked, you know, she offered me to launch my book on her channel, and she has, you know, a pretty nice sized channel. And I was looking to launch somewhere, and I was running out of time because the end of the year is coming, and I want to run this campaign. And it was getting close to the end of October, and I wanted to launch it soon.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I reached out to Bancroft and stuff like that. He's always busy. You know, he's probably getting like a dozen emails a day asking the same thing. I understand. He probably didn't see it or whatever, but you know, she said
you should have launched on the Kings. God, you should have launched on the Kings with EBS.
I didn't have many options, man. I'm a little guy, so I
got to get light. You know, I mean,
I took what I got. You know what I mean? I got handed a gift. I thought, you know.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm
launch
like, no,
wherever. Like, what is it?
I got this channel that's gonna launch me, and also she helped me get at least, I don't know what, 75 signups or something like that, over 50 for sure. On her channel, you know what I mean? Not every person who signed up, you know, bought the book, but you know, without her help, I wouldn't even be able to launch it in the first place because I was looking to get 100 signups, and that's why I launched on Indiegogo.
Peter, you missed a spot.
Yeah.
You know, so I made the sign up on Indiegogo, and I was trying to hit 100 signups. Oh, cool. Nice.
This was more on point of what the character was supposed to look like. I just did a little. Here was the original here.
Now draw Dixon Sharp.
Dixon what? Dixon Sharp?
Sharp.
Oh, Dixon Sharp.
Yeah, that's
I like
name.
that. I like that one with the on your left, right.
You like this?
Yeah, that guy looks cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Super dope.
Might go with that. There's always ways to working in both.
Yeah, sorry, I interrupted you, Belmont. Go ahead.
Yeah, so there was like, you know, there was a whole fight and everything, and I just try to put this book out to have fun and like, you know, it wasn't originally going to be a bunch of cameos and Easter eggs. That kind of just came later on. Like, it started off as a couple Easter eggs and IPs on the cover because we put a little mermaid on there because the artist is also the artist of the Little Mermaid. So I just wanted to put Sebastian in the background somewhere. And then he ended up putting that character as well as the Little Mermaid and Cocaine Shark in the back. So then it kind of like went from there. It started off with those three, you know, cameos, and then we just started adding them everywhere. It just kind of like got out of control. And I guess, you know, Dillard likes to do that kind of thing, add Easter eggs and stuff like that. So he started getting into it. He wanted to add his friends and stuff, and he started naming people, and I was like, sure. And then I wanted to give him a little bit of artistic freedom. You know, he went off script a little bit, and you know, he added some stuff to the background, and then you know, then when I launched on her channel, the people that were in the book thought that the book was just about them or something like that when they only appear in one page of the book.
Right.
So there's this whole ordeal, and they thought that I might have launched on her channel on purpose to get them mad for some reason or whatever. And I tried to explain to everybody. I even went over there. Then I got shit for trying to explain to myself. You shouldn't have to explain yourself, Belmont. Launch wherever you want. And then that caused a controversy because I tried to, you know, Hojo sent me the link, and I went over there, and I was on Matt Barr's channel all of a sudden, and I had like 6 guys around me, you know, like badger me and asking me stuff, and you know, and I thought we had it all worked out, and then it just didn't work out. I don't know. Anyway, that things happen. I guess people can't get along. I understand that, you know. But I didn't come out with this comic book to start any drama or anything like that. It's just a little fun comic that I wanted to do in between making Smokes too, and it just, you know, we had a lot of problems, but it's not going to spoil my fun. You know what I mean? I'm still putting out the book. We're now funded, and I'm thinking about hitting stretch goals, and you know, putting on Fund My Comic and Kickstarter. And I know there's people that won't back on Indiegogo or won't back on unless it's on Kickstarter. So I already got the sign up going on over there. And then I'm going to put it, you know, I'm probably going to just park it on Fund My Comic, and, you know, and then end my campaign on Indiegogo and kind of just leave it there. I was going to make a special cover for Fund My Comic, but then Ethan came out of the blue with this other cover, and I feel if I'm doing another cover, it'd just be too many covers.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't intend on making 4 covers, but I can't, you know, say no to a gift like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I was a happy surprise, and I'm glad that he did it, and it was a cool gesture, and I rolled with it, and I added it to my campaign. You know, some people are probably mad about that. You know what I mean? Because, but what I did is I added the option so you can add the new cover to your order without paying extra shipping.
Well,
I didn't think it was right, you know, to charge somebody twice for shipping.
Yeah.
So I kind of like had to figure out how I was going to do my campaign after that new cover. So I made that 4 cover tier on there and everything like that.
You know, with amidst all that controversy, all those people who were mad at you or whatever, did they back the book at least?
Not really, no.
I mean, as far as you know.
Well, as far as I know, I mean, I don't know their real names. Maybe they did back the book, but yeah, you know what I mean. Just because you have a problem with somebody else, what's it have to do with me?
It doesn't mean like, hey, don't back this creator.
What I don't understand is like people,
if you like it, you know.
Say, I know there's a lot of people out there that might not like Ethan now, or for whatever reason, because he keeps going after Eric July, or whatever the reason, they didn't like what he said to them, or whatever. What's that have to do with me? I can't like a guy because you don't like a guy, so that makes me be the enemy. So I don't get that whole thinking. I mean,
yeah.
Why not just
guilt by association?
Yeah, guilty by association. What I don't understand is they don't like Ethan. Just stay away from the channel and don't go there.
Yeah.
But why do I got to stop hating or start not liking somebody or whatever because you guys do, or you know what I mean? I mean, you understand the whole thing. It just doesn't make sense to me. If I did something to you and then it pissed you off, that I understand. Right. But if someone else did something to you, that Ethan never did anything to me. I got every book that I backed, well, except for the new Cyberfrog. But I got all my other comics. I'm happy with them. The artwork looks great. Some of them were late. I don't give a shit if they were late. I'd rather have the comic look good than be, you know, the comic's going to be forever. You think anybody's going to say like, well, the artwork was okay, but it was late.
Well, look, you know, it's not unprecedented. Look at Doomsday, you know, that DC put out 12 issues. It took them 2 years to come out with that total series. People were waiting and waiting on the next issue.
Yeah, shit happens. I understand. You know what I mean? Books are late, but the quality of the book, and you eventually get it. You know, everybody's ordered a book from him has got it. And if you have a problem with his late books, don't back any more of his books.
Right.
But that has nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? And the fact that I launched on her channel, it has nothing to do with the beef. You know what I mean? It has nothing to do with me. I'm not.
You were just taking advantage of an opportunity that came along. I mean, that's all there is to it.
I'm going to use this sign from now on. I blame Justin.
Yeah, you can just blame me for everything.
God damn it, Justin. Damn it.
Yeah, I wanted to have fun. And like Marcus said, he backed it. And I wanted to put artists in the book that might have never been published before.
Right, like me.
Yeah, even though, it's not the biggest book, you know what I mean? I don't have like 25,000 copies of this book are going to be printed. You're not going to be in every comic book store across the U.S.
Well, it was never meant to be, though.
But you're still going to be in the book, and you're going to get spotlighted, and there might be an artist that's never been published before, and they're going to be the first time in there, and they're going to be excited about that.
Yeah, and I'm excited about Devil Flyer being in there.
Yeah, I was going to show you that. We just did that. We added you to the comic Rex.
I've been published by John Malin, so that's all I got to say. I'm a winner.
Have you got it? Have you got it where I can see it? Hey, you gonna share it? Huh? Go ahead.
Yeah, when I was 15, I got published in Triumphant Comics. I don't know if you guys know what the hell that is.
Oh, I do. I do.
Is Triumphant like Chromium guy or Chromium?
Yeah, Chromium Man.
Yeah, Chromium Man.
Yeah, Chromium.
Yeah. I was a fan of that work. That was like the first work by what's his name there?
Adam Polina.
Max Morales.
Yeah.
Adam Post worked for them. Yeah, I mean that was Adam Post
and Francesco, I think.
And Francesco, I love.
I've met Francesco. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
Scavengers.
Yes.
Yeah,
so I was
those. I love
Scavengers, and then I got into Chromium Man. That came out, and then I drew a pinup of Chromium Man, and I sent it to them. I found their address in the comic book somewhere, and there wasn't an art contest or anything like that. I just sent it to them, and then I was thinking maybe they'll send me a letter back or something like that.
Yeah.
And they actually never sent me any letter. I just bought the next issue of Chromium Man or whatever, and I saw my drawing in the back. And
you know what, Justin? I have that comic, and I've seen your shitty Chromium Man drawing. It's great.
So yeah, they put me in the back of the book.
Such a hater.
And art, and it said thanks.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen it. That's cool.
Belmont of Utica, New York. That's where I lived. And then they gave me this this whole page, and I was really excited. And I think it was in all the titles for that month, so it was in like 3 or 4 books.
How old were you when you did that drawing?
And I was 15.
15, man. I'm pretty sure I remember that, and it's pretty cool. Like, it's cool.
You don't remember it?
Yeah. I know. I just saw like a couple of years ago in my back issues. I have like a couple of Chromium Man comics, and I'm pretty sure I saw that drawing.
Yeah, but just thinking about that, like, was it the next sequential issue, or was it like issue 3 or 4? Because usually in like Diamond, you would have to have like 3 issues, like almost like public, like
Yeah, I don't know what issue of Chromium Man it was in, but it wasn't the first issue.
Yeah.
And I was in Scavengers, and I forgot the other title.
You were? Wow, I probably got some books that's got your early work in it then, because I've got most of that stuff.
Yeah, I have to check that. I'm getting a blank on. I might have Scavengers, but
Scavengers by Francesco.
What character is this you're working on, Peter?
This is Malcolm from Stormwatch issue 25, where he, if you guys aren't familiar, Image, what they did was they did Images of Tomorrow, where they projected, like, so Stormwatch might have been at issue 11 at this time. And then 4 of the books did 2 years in advance. And Stormwatch is the only Image book that kind of went through the entire, like,
to there, yeah.
Yeah, so in here is like the transition of Battalion. He transitions into Malcolm, his brother. And this was all a setup from like issue 1. But it's it's kind of like Battalion leaving the Stormwatch team. And kind of like the series kind of goes sideways for a little bit at this point. So a lot of the sketchbook is just like the Stormwatch history, just kind of, but it's somewhat in sequential order, kind of, So
well, everybody was pissed because wasn't Supreme or Youngblood, one of those two, almost there, and wasn't it Brigade, and it made it to like issue 27 or something.
I think Brigade
34, and it didn't make it to 35. It needed like 1 or 2 issues. Everybody
I think
off.
it might have. I think Brigade might have ended at. I want to say 23.
So it ended the story early. Is that what you're saying?
Right before it got to the 25 issue. Yeah.
Yeah, like they never got to.
They never got there.
Yeah, they never got to what that transition should have been, and like
to kind of close the loop, close the circle.
But then Bloodstrike later did that. Like they later, like 20 years later, they completed the Bloodstrike one.
Oh, they did. Oh, yeah. Okay.
So Bloodstrike does have a through line 1 through 20. It should have 1 through 25.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Weird.
Dan Fraga worked on Bloodstrike.
Right? Yeah. He was.
You know what? I met Dan Fraga like when he was a kid with Matt Michaels. I totally forgot about that.
No, I never met Fraga. I've met Murat.
Yeah.
Oh, I found that drawing. You showed my. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's see it.
You got to show my thing.
Are you sharing screen? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Here you are.
So this is new work by John Dillard, huh? Oh no, that's the Chromium family.
Can you?
How do I switch?
You got me. You got to switch it.
You can go full screen with him. It's all the way over to the right.
Yeah, it's blurry because I was trying to scan it without messing up the comic book, so it looks like it's.
And how old were you when you did this?
15. I even put it underneath my signature. I put age 15.
Wow.
That's cool, man. Now, it definitely looks familiar. Definitely looks familiar.
And then I met Francisco at... Oh, man,
Francesco! You met the Francesco?
I met him twice. I met him when I was a kid at Philadelphia Comic-Con. My friend's dad drove us there. I was really young, probably 14 or 15.
Yeah, that was the Comic-Con Spectacular, I think. That was like 94, 95, maybe 96.
It was a big show.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting to go. My friend's dad drove. We lived in upstate New York, so we drove all the way down to Philly. I remember Philly was a shithole. That's all I remember about the city. It was really bad. I can remember like I can see it still in my head.
Yeah, I was at that show, which is funny.
Were you? And then I think McFarlane was there and Larson.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And
yeah. And they had like Image comic book cups that were like, I don't know, like I guess they gave them away. And and I think Jeff Matsuda did the artwork for that cup.
Cons are amazing things. Before Eric Larson was even known, I met him trying to sell his first Savage Dragon and Megaton, or what was it? Megaton Man, or
Megaton,
Megaton Man issue 5 or whatever it was, for $2. I looked at it and put it back. I said, well, I may be back. I never went back, but.
Yeah, so as a kid, I met Francesco at his table in Philly. Then I went and waited, trying to get McFarlane's autograph, so I had to wait in line to get a ticket.
Yeah.
And then you get a ticket, then you had to wait in another line. And then, like 3 or 4 hours later, you get one item signed for free by McFarlane. And then I also got a signature by Larson because we were sitting next to each other.
Nice.
And I remember that. It was a great show. A lot of big names.
Very nice.
And then I met him in the future, like a few years back, maybe like 8 years ago. And I told him, hey, I was that kid. Remember you published me in the back of your book in 1994? He vaguely remembered me. We tried to take a selfie or whatever, but I don't know, his phone fucked up or something. That was all blurry, and so. But I got to meet him again. He's a cool dude.
Very cool. Let's see. I wanted to bring up Rex, the devil flyer.
Well, Justin was gonna show
What were you gonna
John
show?
Dillard's work on Devil Flyer, was it?
Oh, whatever you want to share.
Pencils down.
Oh, you wanted me to show it?
I thought you were going to show it
privately. Well,
privately.
I'll show you a part. Well, it's not finished yet.
Okay.
Just the flats are done on it.
Mm.
Let me find it. I got 3 pages right now at the colorist, and one page is flatted, and the other one is close to being done, I believe. And then there's a third page.
Rex, what do you think so far? What do you think so far?
Yeah, it's looking good.
Some expectations?
Need what?
Is it meeting some expectations?
Yeah, I thought the bluers would pop in like Superman blue, but yeah, you went kind of muted, darker blue. Yeah.
Well, it looks brighter in person. It looks darker on the camera than it
okay. Is. Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should I go with the white gloves? I guess so.
I think they look good. That way, when he starts beating people up, they'll be all like splattered red.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That'd be cool. Yeah. Any suggestions for background color and maybe a little bit of title suggestion colors? I don't really know what the brick should it be the same color as him, or like I was thinking like red and yellow or something.
I was thinking reflect the campaign. I'd do it in like yellow, like the bricks in Wizard of Oz, like battle brick.
So all of it in yellow.
Well, at least battle, in yellow.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't really know what to call. I was like, I don't know what to color these. What about
well,
we do
the carrot? Now you did him differently than I draw him. I draw him like a brick with blood on him, but he's he's a riff on Eric's
Eric
Weathers
Battle Brick Road,
Battle Brick Road,
right.
Mighty Battle Brick,
yeah. So I'm thinking we'll do blue and yellow to kind of reflect the blue in his. What do you think?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or maybe blue, yellow, and then the brick color for the brick, or
no,
I don't think that'll work. I don't know. You tell me.
Well, if you went more red, a different, for the brick, word brick.
Yeah. So yellow, blue.
I always think about contrast.
Right. Yeah. Right.
You kind of went muted with the color, so the logo you can make stand out,
Right. Yeah. So what about
just think bisexual
blue,
lighting,
yellow, and then red? Yeah, I think I got it. Blue, yellow, and red.
Or go all full villain and just put green and purple. I don't know what it is about green and purple. Those are good villain colors.
All right, here it is.
Someone says all purple. Rad Arts, thanks for swinging by.
Hey, Rad.
Okay, ready for me to add it and share it?
So here you go, exclusive, early.
Remember, this is just flats.
Oh, look at that.
Okay. So he's got the
Mick
comic in the
Nasty, the McNasty bra, Phantom McNasty.
Sneenex or something like that instead of Kleenex. Sneeze-nex.
Sneeze-ex.
Sneeze-ex. Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a little egg for you.
Look at that. Dirty, sticky pages.
It'll look a lot better when it's finished. These are just the flats.
Look, Rex looks so disappointed. He's like, "Oh my god, I'm the sleazy magazine."
Hey, at least I wasn't a sock.
Oh my god, that was awesome, Rex.
Sticky pages. I got enough sticky pages as it is.
I'll show it to you when it's finished.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
looks great.
Good.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm honored that you
Very
even
nice.
put me in the book. You know, I guess I've got John Dillard to thank for that.
Flats always look awkward. You know what I mean? You think that the page is going to come out bad when you see flats, and then after the
Dillard will do it good. Yeah, he'll do it.
Yeah, no, these flats look good. I don't know what y'all talking about. It looks great. It looks really good.
Yeah, and since he knows the color scheme, I think I'm just going to go with him. I think I made a decision. He's going to. I haven't talked to him about it, but color the Jimmy Reyes wraparound cover.
That's not him doing the colors. He's not doing the colors on this book.
Okay.
I did ask him if he did want to color it, and he didn't want to. That's a lot of extra work to do.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it kind of slows down production because then he's doing everything. He's doing the pencils, the inks, the coloring. Yeah. So, yeah, I have Gonzalo doing the coloring. He's the guy who did Soul Tack.
Did Good Stuff do your trailer?
Yeah.
Okay. Couldn't remember.
I'm picky on my colors, but Dillard did actually come up with the first coloring of number 2. He actually colored one of the panels, and then he showed it to me, and he gave him green eyes, and he gave him that orangish color. I kind of went with that and kept that, those colors for the rest of the book. So he kind of was the first to color my main character. Because what's his name? Corey Barton was coloring his cover, and he was coloring more yellow, like making him like an ugly yellow. I'm not a big fan of yellow.
Mm-hmm.
So we decided on making it more orangey color, which a pencil is anyway.
Right. Yeah. It's almost like
we got Peter DeLuca here. This is his YouTube channel.
Oh,
Peter's a big baller. He's got a 2,000 subs. So
2,000.
We gotta rub some of that clout off him. Get that YouTube money, and I don't know what I'm saying.
Who'd you sleep with?
Yeah. Who do you know over at YouTube? Come on, Peter, hook us up. Help us grease those palms.
You gotta grind.
Greasy palms.
Oh, that's what she said.
Yeah.
You gotta grind.
I don't know.
Peter's on the grind big time. He's dropping 2-3 videos a day.
If I had tits, I would have more.
Are you doing that many videos, Peter? To about 3 a day?
Sometimes, yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
I love Wildstorm Wednesdays and Top Cow Tuesdays. Look at that right there. I'm right there in the chat, right there.
Yeah.
Moore's dropping love bombs over on Pete's channel.
Much appreciated. Thank you.
Trying to boost his numbers up by fudging with the algorithm.
Yeah, it goes back and forth, but every once in a while I'll be in some controversy with a bigger YouTuber, and that kind of drives some of my subs.
Look, he even goes after Todd McFarlane, the Godfather. Look, Pete ain't afraid of nobody.
Yeah,
we ain't afraid of nobody. He's even going after Abraham Lincoln over here. Look at that.
What did Honest Abe do to you?
I like Honest Abe. What do you mean? Number
the Cringe Father. He has his whole section here. Totally going after Todd. Look at that.
He's gonna wind up with a horse head in his bed messing with the Todd.
Look, Rob Liefeld has blocked him. God, how did that happen? That's terrible news. Terrible. Next, Jim Lee's gonna block you, man. For
people give McFarlane shit for some of his covers, like that Batman one where like his cape is all over the place and like it doesn't add up no matter how you do it.
Yeah, it's more like just to give you an example of some of the way I position things. It's like I'll probably do a video soon where McFarlane Toys just has a long history of basically blackballing comic shops to where like comic shops would probably benefit from all of his DC toys, and you know, some of this goes way back. And comic shops cannot purchase McFarlane toys at a low enough clip so that they can get margins on it. You know, so like McFarlane Toys Direct is counter anything to do with comic shops. It hurts comic shops. It doesn't help comic shops. Comic shops have little margins on those figures, and you think that they should be at the center of those figures. Since
Pete even goes after EVS. He's not afraid of anyone. Look at that.
No, I don't go after. What did I say about EVS? Oh no,
he's dead.
Yeah, that's kind of like you know, I talk about.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, Pete. I'm kidding. He's not going after EVS. He loves EVS. EVS loves him. It's great.
Yeah, actually,
it's a baller.
Yeah, actually, I was defending EVS with cartoonist Kayfabe because they were
yeah, I remember
him on their channel.
Right. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
It was cool. Yeah,
I don't have the energy to fight with anybody on the internet anymore. So someone doesn't like my shit or whatever, that's fine. I mean, do your own thing. I do my own thing. You know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make it a little more exciting here, folks. Look at this. Pete's got almost over 2,000 videos. He's at
holy shit,
1,400 videos, man. That's awesome.
I thought I was balling like 300 videos.
Yeah. You got to hit past the 200 mark to the 500 mark, and then YouTube will start giving you a little traction.
Oh, will they?
Yeah. Nah, there's no trick. I'll tell you that right now. There's no trick.
Yeah, the trick is at least post once a day, every day. 3 times a day, the merrier.
Be entertaining.
Yeah.
If you really want to get up fast, you can start talking about movies. I've noticed that all these YouTube creators, most of their content is like watching a movie.
Movies?
Yeah, where you guys watch it somewhere else, but you live stream and then
like
a reaction video,
like a watch party.
A watch party for like a movie that you saw 30 years ago or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Like that's Alan. I mean, look. My whole thing is, I have the benefit of having like a career outside of all of this stuff. YouTube and all my other, even this is like, it's a compulsive hobby, and like that's it. Like everything I do on YouTube are opinions I feel like should be out there. I feel like things are better with some of those opinions out there, and subscribers, all that stuff. It's good, but it doesn't drive me. Like I'm more interested in like what are the ideas, like really like how we're talking about some things, and that doesn't get traction because I'm not drama farming and doing all these. Like even now, it's like you guys are bringing up names I don't even know are connected to EVS, or like I still don't know what the hell war campaign is or was.
For the longest time, I thought that was a comic book.
Yeah, it's a great name
I've been around for a while in the scene since about at least 2017 or whatever, long as I can remember. And I've seen a lot of ups and downs, people come and go. But it all seems to be like someone gets mad at EVS for whatever reason. They didn't promote it. He didn't promote him enough. He didn't kick somebody out of the DM group that they thought should be removed or whatever. There's somebody in the group they didn't like, and EVS didn't do what they wanted and remove them or whatever the reason is, but what's to have to do with everybody else? You know what I mean? If you don't like him, why is there got to be like a divide in the sand? You got to pick a side and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Like, I think I don't know. I think a lot of that, I think all the, how everyone kind of talks about politics also on streams or, like some of these channels, I get it. Like we all have beliefs and ideas about that stuff, but there's like no just like, hey, let's just do like straight up comic book channel or any personality that's just like straight up comics. Like,
today I had Randy Zimmerman on and we got on
K-Pop,
politics
thanks
for
stopping by.
About 10 minutes.
Hit the like, share, follow, and subscribe to all of us.
Hey, K-Pop. I wouldn't even spent that much time, but Shadowhawk kind of got into it with him, and they
Oh,
were
really?
a little. Well, I mean, didn't get into it with him. They were just discussing things. I'd ask him a few general questions about the state of affairs. For what he saw coming down the road, because I kind of like to get other people's opinions. They're in different parts of the country. He's up in, I don't know, Michigan, Wisconsin, one of those northern states. So kind of like to get his opinion on what he thinks been going on in this election year. And then we, talked, most of the 2.5 hours was about comics stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you got to keep it light, and they kind of got into it a little bit more than I wanted to. That's the thing about it. Once you get going, sometimes it's hard to turn that train around without being rude,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like it's a further way for these people to like identify with their audience.
I don't know. I don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't care about certain things like Eric July, for instance. I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck what he does. I don't
Right.
care how many comics he puts out. It doesn't
Right.
interest me. I don't hate
doesn't-
him. I just
It
don't
doesn't
buy the
affect
comics.
your bottom line
Doesn't
whatsoever.
affect me.
Right.
I don't care. But when I'm on a stream once in a while, they'll pull up the campaign, they'll play the Blood
Yeah.
Roof
Mhm.
trailer, whatever, and whatever. I mean, it's just not for me. I never understood it. I never backed ISOM 1, not even the EVS cover. I just didn't care for that character or anything he's put
Right.
out. I
Right.
just, and there's a
Okay,
lot of
let's
stuff
put a
I don't
pin in
like,
that for a
you know what I
second,
mean?
guys.
But
Let's
I'm
put
not
a
going
pin
to
in that
talk
for a
about
second.
it.
Yeah, just give me a second, real quick. Pete, you want to say anything about your YouTube channel? I don't know what else to bring up for you, but I did want to.
Yeah, I don't know. Just I don't know. Check it out.
Like, share, subscribe, sub.
Yeah.
Go watch all his videos.
Hit that like.
Binge
Hit
watch.
that like. I would
Watch
say
all
if
2,000 videos in 1 month.
Right, go watch them all, like them all, comment on
Yeah,
all of
1
them.
month.
Check out
Yeah.
his live
Don't
streams.
sleep.
Hit the
Don't
sub
fuck
and hit
your
the
wife.
bell.
Just watch videos.
Yeah.
Right. Put the
Wow.
playlist on and let
Like-
all the videos run in the background all day long, 24/7.
There you go. Yeah.
Pete's
No.
got really good Top Cow Tuesdays. Those are a lot of fun videos, and Wildstorm Wednesdays. These right here. These are really great videos. He does a nice, good deep dive into that stuff. I really enjoy those. So, and he talks
Thanks,
really
son.
good about artists and Mark Silvestri and Top Cow. It's super awesome. And then for the Wildstorm Wednesdays, all the guys coming through the Jim Lee studios, really, really positive descriptions and how the stories are flowing into each other. It's just really good in-depth dive. I love it. All right. That's
Thanks.
enough
I love
shilling
Silvestri.
for the Pete.
Sorry, guys. I'm just looking for something. I thought I started here. I guess I'll just whatever. Sorry. So I'm just I'm more. But no. Oh, thanks so much, bud. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no, that's what got me hooked on your videos, man. Marcus says he's subbed. He's subbed.
Yes, Marcus.
He's
Thank you.
dropping your channel there. And then we've got Devil Flyer here. We're gonna go look at your stuff here, Rex, in a second. Belmont, did you want to continue and finish off?
What was I ranting about?
All the bullshit with the
Yeah, so there's a lot of
Eric July and
and
drama,
I don't follow the drama that much. I mean, but I do see it because there's people out there that have accounts that like stir the drama and show you clips and stuff like that. And sometimes I'll be curious and I'll click on and I'll watch the clip to see what's going on. But it's usually just about nothing or something stupid or just nothing I care about. You know what I mean? It's just a lot of wasted energy doing this, looking at somebody's comic with a magnifying glass, looking for a 3D asset or whatever. Just there's something else you can be
Marcus,
doing.
you're dead on right.
You could be building your channel like he's doing over there, 2,000 fucking videos. You could be doing all kinds of stuff.
Like Pete over here, 1,400 videos. Hell yeah.
Don't
But I understand
that sounds like pedo.
But I understand it's the internet and people like to argue and it brings in views. And my channel would probably grow if I turned my channel into a gossip channel or into a drama stream. I'd probably get a lot more subs, but I just don't want to do that. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't.
you got it. It takes more energy to maintain a negative view of things all the time.
Absolutely.
Who wants to be negative all the time?
Right.
And they could
Just
talk
come
about
on and
something
have
else once in
fun,
a
do some
while.
art, talk
Yeah,
about
there's
art.
some people
talk
like
about
to do
writing.
that. It's only in fun, and then they their personality's kind of geared toward that. But I just can't maintain that much
But
negativity all the time. I'm sorry.
I
Even
still
in
watch trash
work.
casts and stuff. I enjoy it. A little bit of
Right.
drama isn't that big of a deal, but to
Right.
thrive on it and to only talk about drama is just gets like
I'm sorry, Peter. I've only got 7,500, almost 800 video, 1,800
Look at that.
videos.
Look at that. Devil Flyer. He's almost at the 2,000. He's got 1,700 videos.
Hey, and don't forget too, the podcast is well over 800 episodes at this point. Which is
those are great. Yeah, Pete's podcasts on movies. They're short, anywhere from 5 minutes to half an hour or an hour. They're just all over the place, but they're great.
So,
But let's talk about Rex. That's enough about
Pete, let's get back to Rex.
Let's get off Pete and get on Rex.
Well, we're getting what was the episode we did today? Episode with Randy Zimmerman. That was episode 958. So
wow.
I believe it's January 22nd of next year. We'll hit 1,000 episodes of the 4 o'clock shadow.
That's
now,
great.
how many years did you say this was that you've been doing 4 o'clock shadow?
I
4 years, 5 years?
I think. Well, I started I put 4 months of content up on my channel before I started the 4 o'clock shadow.
4 months of content?
Yeah, I was showing collectibles and things like that on my channel for like 4 months. And then I started the 4 o'clock. I came up with the idea to do a daily show, 4 o'clock shadow. And I did 116 of them by myself.
Holy cow.
And then I had Lorenzo and Shadowhawk. And then Shadowhawk just kept showing up. And,
now Lorenzo, he's the lizard guy, right?
He kind of
your lizard representation for the day, Lorenzo. That's him, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, lizard representation. Yeah. Shadowhawk came in on episode 117. As my co-host. I wasn't even calling my co-host at that time. He had been watching me all along because he commuted, and I show my things out of my collection and things like that, and so he would just kind of listen as he drove home. He had like a 2-hour commute home or something like that.
Yeah, I had been meaning to ask you how you and Shadow met. Like online, anyways, because I know you guys have met in real life.
I mean, I'd seen him in different chats, but around and different, and said hi. But it was kind of like through my channel.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Tomorrow we have on today we had on Randy Zimmerman's from Arrow Comics. Tomorrow we'll have on Ronin Entertainment. And Saturday we've got Godfoe on. That's all I've got scheduled now. I've got some people lined up for next week, but they're not solid on a day yet.
Nice.
And I have to give Rex a big shout out. Him and Shadow, they're the first people to let me on to a live stream. So that was a lot of fun. Thank you guys. If I don't know, doing that kind of made me want to do this, so I'm kind of trying to build up my channel too.
Mm-hmm.
And since I'm making art already, and I've been doing a lot of fan art, for this sector of the indie comics. And,
well, I've got to give a shout out for Apex Comics. Apex, we were both in
Apex,
one of Michael Bancroft's streams, and it was later in the evening, and he said directly after this, I'm going to do my first live stream. So I went in on his first live streams. He did one, I think that was on a Tuesday, December 26th. I will have co-hosted with him, and he challenged me. He said, my next broadcast, I want to see you have at least 2 videos of content up on your channel. You need to be putting. So I had 6 for him. Like 4 days later, we did Apex After Dark, and so sort of putting up content on my own channel began as kind of a challenge from Apex to put up, and about the time that I started co-hosting with him, I started putting up content on my own channel. So
yeah, it's kind of cool. Like you find a group of people that have the same kind of like-mindedness, and you get along with, and you can say funny, silly, stupid things with.
Well,
and
I'd been around in like chats. I'd been lurking, sometimes not even chatting. Didn't even know how to chat at first, but I was watching a lot of the CG shows.
What I wanted to share was that everybody kind of motivates each other little by little. Like if you're inclined in any of that direction.
Yeah,
and,
well,
I think you and Shadow really kind of helped me do that. And same thing with Pete, same thing with Apex, and seeing you guys do your stuff. And it's just
I was seeing some of those early, probably old videos by that time. When Ethan was doing draw streams, when he was actually doing draw streams and still doing some DC stuff. I remember on one video he did like an Iron Man Green Lantern mashup character.
Oh, cool.
Sort of like an amalgamated
Iron Lantern.
So that just kind of interests me, kind of the making of comics and stuff. So,
yeah, I remember being sub to Ethan's channel when he was under 20,000 subs, and then I would check on it periodically, and then all of a sudden, one of the times before right around before Comicsgate got started, I guess trademark, right? He was like at 120,000 subs, and I was like, "What is going on? This is awesome!" And then way later, like 2 or 3 years later, I came back, visited his channel periodically, and then it was like Cyberfrog's back. This Comicsgate thing's going on. I'm like, "What is all this stuff?" And all these people are networked, and it was really neat. So that was a lot of fun. But I brought up your campaign here, Rex. Is there anything you want to share about your campaign, or anything you want to say about your YouTube channel?
Well,
after this one, we'll go to your Indiegogo for the.
Okay, well, it did start with the Indiegogo, the black and white ash can.
You want me to bring that one up? Let me bring that up.
Well, I can talk about, or I can share screen. How about that?
Sure.
You can leave that one up there. It just, just want to give that a shout out that you backed that today, and thanks for letting me know, because I might not have noticed that. The campaign's been up there since 2022, early 2022, March and April, I think. $1,429.71 backers. The first 7 pages of the Devil Flyer story, and I'll get that out to you. I kind of pivoted, we had the Devil Flyer story almost. I was hot to get something out, and had been promoting, I wanted to do it like at the first of 2022, and not everything was ready yet. It was almost completed, the whole Devil Flyer story, but then I decided to do an ash can, and that worked out well over time, and while I was building my channel, and it was for the best. I pivoted away from, I just didn't want to put out Devil Flyer by itself. I didn't feel like it was the right time, so I did an ash can instead, and
it needed to cook for a little more.
Promoted it and started doing backup stories and adding and making it more of a grand thing, which is the current campaign. Actually, the first broadcast that I actually went on was Pop XP with Billy Tucci and Niles. And then shortly after that, I went on Red Valkyrie and did a little promo with Don Chin. That was like in 2021. So I started talking about Devil Flyer even before I knew it was going to be an ash can. I just thought it was going to be the Devil Flyer comic, you know, at that point. But I started promoting it, you know, as soon as I got a setup where I could go on, you know, get a microphone, camera, whatever, and go on with others, you know. Been at it ever since. So I'm working on Midnight Stories right now. Sort of her
Here's
origin
Midnight
and
right
backdrop and all the characters and stuff. I've got an exciting thing, I think, which is the drawn in tier. You can become a permanent member in sort of the Midnight portion of the Momentum universe.
See, where's that drawn in tier? Right here? Is this right here?
Yeah. That just says cameo, and it shows something from the Devil Flyer story, but it's actually going to be in a 2-page spread done by Jay Kreger.
Yeah, Jay Kreger's awesome. He's so good.
Yeah, and I'm taking my time with doing the layout for that, because when you have a talent like that, you don't want to waste it just on anything, you know.
Right.
We've got an artist edition hardback that we're going to do. We got a standee, a tapestry. It's all about the books though, and the artwork.
Oh, here's the bookmarks we saw earlier, isn't it? Didn't you share some of these?
Yeah, bookmarks. I started very early on doing bookmarks, probably back in 2022, and then you know the sketch cards made out of parchment paper. You know,
here's the one that
some of these, date back to 2023.
Harry bought.
Some of them 2022. The bookmarks. So yeah, I've been working on this campaign for a while. The Devil Flyer story, which is a 29-page story, was taking up a lot of real estate. So again, I kind of pivoted and put my most complete stories at the time of launch, you know, into this book, the ones that were essential, because every story is a standalone story, but they're all kind of connected in a way. I mean, they will all come together. I mean, basically Devil Flyer's making a Faustian deal with the devil, although it's not the actual devil, you know. And there's some pushback to wokeness in it, you know. I said, what is the most hated person out there? Well, it's a white heterosexual male clinging to his guns and God, you know, which is, you know, if you're a white male, you're targeted. So I said, well, what's even more than that, you know, irredeemable? Well, a Nazi. So I'm at Devil Flyer, you know, spoiler, he's actually a German Nazi, you know, born in 1899. He fought in World War I.
No.
Yeah.
You know what? I never noticed this, Rex, but that's a beak. He actually has a beak there.
Yeah.
Actually, the artist that drew it, you know, I've worked with before, John Falandes. He's 71 years old. He'll be 72 in March, I think. Designer here around, you know, worked out at the college, got his master's in art out there at the local university. Been in this area for a long time. Originally born in Chicago and came down, you know, lived in Memphis for a little while, I think. But it's been in this area for a long time. And he did the
Rex,
Devil
I'm
Flyer
so interested in these characters in the background. They look really cool.
Yeah,
like,
we got 14 characters
guy down here. What's this guy right here with his big head? And like this guy with the black mask, this dude with the yellow and the blood splattered chest. That looks awesome.
Right.
I like him. Yeah.
Well, you got Bog. He looks like a shrug.
Is this him over here?
That's supposed to be him. Okay. He only fits so much of him in there. And then you got the bystander. You got the white costume characters with the red eyes. He's He's in her man. You got the woman character down there by the side of that's the Nubian. And you got that's Storm Rider, and you got Silver Boa, modern day Silver Boa there. That's Dead Ninja. You got Cortex, which is kind of like a living brain within the
That's cool. I like that one.
android body. You got TM there, which stands for Total Mystery. You got Lady of the Night. That's Geo with the big head you were saying. And back there by his fist is
Who's this guy?
Sea Demon. And that's Stretch there. He stretches like Plastic Man.
That's Sea Demon over here.
Yeah.
Wow. Those are cool, man. Super cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tried to cramp in as many main characters as I could. That would be in the book.
Right on.
That's Modern Day Mummy there, done by George Peter Gaddis. We're going to make that into a trading card when we
now.
Renew
Did
the
he color
campaign.
these or digitally paint them?
The original artwork I have right here, as a matter of fact, somewhere.
Yeah, I know. You've shown them before, and they're like done in ballpoint pen. I think.
Yeah, he does it in blue ballpoint pen. Then he goes to like the black line artwork. There we go. He originally lays it out here. You can see the register marks there, and the shapes, that he does, like of the knee. There, you can see the underdrawing there, and so he doesn't even do pencil. He just goes to draw, in a cheap big pen, and then he does it on a light table. I guess Midnight's a little different. He did like in ballpoint pen, but he doesn't have the black on the back like this. Which is kind of like Ryan James does his work, and flops it on a. He first does some sketches. That's going to be one of the cards, and probably your blog's going to be like the fan art card. That's going to be made into a card there, and this is going to be made into a card, and the Armored Devil.
I want to be a card.
That's one person he's going to battle in the next issue. Is the armored up version.
Awesome.
Yeah, he does have a beak, and that was not in my original design of the character. That was something
because I didn't draw him with a beak when I drew Devil Flyer.
Huh?
Yeah, I didn't draw him with a beak when I drew Devil Flyer. I kind of drew like just a mask covering.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember the piece that I did of
I
the Devil Flyer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you colored it recently. You want to play the trailer?
Yeah. I was going to ask you, is the trailer the same as in the ash can?
No, it's
slightly different.
It's the other one I play. Yeah. Doc Blaylock put that together.
Oh,
we kind of put that together, worked on that together.
There's the artwork I made. Oh, I did do him a little beak.
Well, it looks like a beak to me. Yeah.
I didn't think I did.
And he's kind of got the Captain America. He's a mashup character. He's kind of got the Nightcrawler tail, the wings of like on the sides of his head, of his helmet, of
Thank you,
Captain
K-pop.
America.
Awesome.
Yeah, I dig in the colors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the colors. You like the colors?
Yeah, that was in black and white since 2022, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. It certainly was for quite a while there. Yeah. I don't. I have the black and whites somewhere. But
some of the first fan art for Devil Flyer ever made, really.
So if you back Devil Flyer, you're backing Nazi.
Got him.
Got him. Belmont was just waiting for that, weren't you?
Yeah, he was holding that one back. He couldn't wait to shout that out.
Damn. All right.
So is he a hero or a villain?
Buy my book, find out.
Buy my book.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna really play with that, to be honest. You're gonna wonder, is he a hero or villain by the time,
Are we ready?
He's on a redemption arc for sure.
It's like Captain America when they found out he was working for Hydra or whatever. He's working for Hitler.
Oh,
yeah.
Ooh.
Well, I mean, think about the most irredeemable person, they say is a white heterosexual, blah blah blah. Okay, then
So you're saying he's Adolf?
What's even worse than that? And they do call us Nazis, right? So just for being white. So I decided to make that part of his story. If can a Nazi be redeemed? And for what? I mean, not all Germans were Gestapo or secret.
That's true.
Yeah. All right, play that trailer. Go.
Play that trailer.
Play that bean footage. Up that volume.
Yeah, yours is pretty loud. I gotta lower my headphones here.
Blow me out. Yeah, we kind of cobbled that together. I'd, on the black and white ash can, had Pedro do a trailer for me. Well, we took the, bits from that and put together a new trailer.
That trailer is so fun. I love the rock music in it.
Yeah.
Very
well,
nice.
If you know Doc's, that's killer. Is that the villain?
Oh
here?
shit.
Yeah, this is Hellspot.
Okay, I thought it was. Yeah.
No, but turn the other page, Spartan, right?
Yeah, can we go through that real quick?
Here.
Take some time.
Yeah.
You did some really nice colors in this. Really good shots too.
Yeah, Spartan.
Got like a graffiti style almost.
It pops off the page, doesn't it?
Yeah. I love that pipe, man.
Yeah, it's just like I always have to flip back and forth.
That was Void, wasn't it?
Void.
Yeah, right here.
Mm-hmm.
I still have because I have to go back and forth to kind of.
So when you're working like with one color, I see you flipping through these. Are you like, okay, I got this green marker out. Does anything need green? Is that what you're doing? You're flipping through and you're kind of.
No, I'm just trying to memorize the order so that, for example, when here I have to draw the demonites, I can kind of start to think about this, meaning, just what the shapes are, what the approach is, because even though it's a sketchbook, it's still a designed sketchbook. They're still kind of,
now, is this a multimedia sketchbook, and what kind of poundage on the paper are you using? Because you're really
poundage.
Yeah, you're really
this is from Five Below.
Okay,
and it's 120. 120.
Oh, that's
GSM.
a good. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Well, 120. That's. I'm marking
but it's actually
right
smooth.
now.
Yeah, and this is so smooth. I knew.
Kind of
like
a vellum
alcohol
finish.
markers.
Yeah.
But it's I kind of have to go back and forth. Even for the my Transformers one here, it's I go back and forth a lot just so I can start to visualize who these characters are, what the universe is, what kind of, because it takes a lot. Drawing this is different than drawing the Wildstorm stuff.
Yeah, now there's a beak for you. Wow, what character is that?
Onyx Prime. Yeah.
That looks
weird. This is next. So even here, I had to research all the primes, and there's no official list. So even one.
Hey, Howler.
What is it?
Hey, Haldir, hail.
Yeah, this much of the sketchbook is all primes.
So you're just kind of going in. You're trying to lay it out, right? Page by page in pencil first.
So usually for my sketchbooks, I do stuff like this. So see, I map it all out, and I have all my reference here. So this is a Transformer sketchbook in order.
And that's what you're replicating your sketchbook on that off that?
Yeah, off of this.
Oh my god, you're such a nerd. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That reminds me of Tim Sale. My friend wanted me to get a commission from him, and Tim Sale refused to draw the commission unless I had a reference that was printed. A reference on the screen or a screenshot was not good enough. He had to have it. Like I'm gonna walk around the fucking convention floor with a with a reference.
Yeah, or like, is he just looking for like a free comic?
So he wouldn't draw the character. I forgot what character it was. I think it was somebody from Wildstorm. What's their name there? Zealot,
Voodoo,
Zealot.
Yeah. Zealot.
I actually did that with Joe Staten. I wanted him to do Clark Kent because I thought, his E-Man was skinny. He wasn't really looking heroic. In fact, I told Joe Staten at the time I thought he drew people better than he did heroes. Was more suited to drawing people. Didn't mean to be insulting. He wasn't insulted by it. He was a dream to work with. But he did a Clark Kent for me, the old style Clark Kent,
Nice.
from the 40s. They'd recently come out with a issue that featured Clark Kent. I was like, oh yeah, that's like the old flasher Clark Kent, the classic Clark Kent. And I haven't seen him done that way in a while, And I actually found that issue, which was brand new, had just come out, bought a second copy for him to reference, and he did me a Clark Kent on this real thin tracing vellum paper.
You got it, bud.
Oh, I met him. I had him do Dick Tracy, I believe.
Oh, that's cool. That's a cool character to have done.
I don't care what anyone says. I love that movie.
That's a great movie. Yeah, I love it.
That movie is so hardcore.
Yeah.
That's almost like a perfect page to screen adaptation.
When the day that released at the theaters, I went on vacation, and here in town you couldn't hardly find a seat. It was packed. They had
I remember that being sold
waiting
out
for the debut of that movie to come out.
Yeah,
but we went to this little place up in the hills, and they had a theater, and we were like, there were like 4 other people in the theater with us.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, we got the best seats where we wanted to sit. Everything,
I remember going to see Dick Tracy. Even my dad and my mom wanted to go, so we went as a family, and it was a lot of fun. And I think I watched that movie like 3 or 4 times at the movie theater.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find my copy in my files because I've got like a lot of my movies pictured, and then boxed away. I'm gonna have to find that and rewatch that. That's been on my short list to rewatch.
Yeah,
I remember that damn watch. Everybody wanted that watch or whatever, and it never came out. And then something came out, and it was like it didn't work exactly how it was. Super expensive. Like, how does that?
Not a big Warren Beatty fan, but that I'm glad that was one of the early hero movies to be made.
Wait, was Madonna in it, or she was just dating?
Madonna was in it.
Yeah.
She was in it.
While she was dating Warren Beatty.
Dustin Hoffman was in it. He played Mumbles.
Yeah, Dustin Hoffman, Al Pacino.
Yeah.
Danny Elfman did the music. I think Bo Welsh did the set design. And Bo Welsh is from I'm pretty sure he's from Beetlejuice and Men in Black. So, they had the best of the best in Hollywood, touching that movie.
And wasn't it directed by Warren Beatty?
Yeah, written and directed. He still has the rights for that movie too. I mean, he still has the Dick Tracy rights.
Right. And he won't let anybody else do anything with it.
Well, he's got to do stuff to keep the rights. So every few years he'll do an interview as Dick Tracy to keep
is that what he's doing?
Yeah. Oh, is that what he does?
Yeah. He dresses
asshole.
up as Dick Tracy and does a interview.
Yeah, that's pretty dick.
It's pretty wild that he's been able, but that was such a passion project for him that I want to say he did put up his money. I think he put up a good chunk of his own money.
Yeah,
I think
like spades, man.
I think it did
There should have
fairly
been a
well at the
52,
theater,
you know?
didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
It did. And it was a Disney Touchstone movie too, and people kind of forget that technically
That's
it's
right. That's right.
It's a Disney movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
maybe,
that-
I don't
maybe
remember it.
gangbusters on that movie.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
remember the movie. I do remember a lot of people went to go see it because it was playing at the mall, and I remember being at the mall when it aired, and everybody was talking about it. But I don't remember going.
I took it down.
Hey, what do you guys say to maybe having a night where we do Dick Tracy characters?
Oh, we could. I have. What do I have here? I know I have.
I've got to do the brow. You know, all those
Brow.
wrinkles.
Yeah. Let's see. We had some comments come in here. Let's see.
I've actually
Jay
got-
Ryan. Thanks for stopping by, bud.
Yeah,
I've
see,
actually got some old,
right here.
Dick Tracy comics.
This and this movie it's really on all cylinders. Like this movie is just
Well, I mean, it was done like an Adam West type, camp, right? I mean, it was bright colors.
Just hang out, make art, talk shit, and
It was
just
over.
laughs.
It was over
Hey,
the
Ryan.
top. Yeah.
I'll send you a link sometime if you're interested. I don't know if you're. I'll find you on
Yeah.
Twitter.
I mean it's and even now though, like it's people will go because this came out like after the Michael Keaton, Tim Burton Batman.
Right.
But the advertising for this was 100 times better than the previous summer. They called this the summer of yellow because everything was yellow.
Yes. Haldir, real quick, just got home. It's 12 degrees Fahrenheit, I'm assuming, right now.
-12.
-12. Holy cow. Where are you, Haldir? I know you're, Northern Europe or something? I don't know. And then K-pop and K-pop, sorry, and Jay Ryan just out there. Just want to say hey to both y'all. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just no. That's I think.
Yeah, we have to. Have you done an in-depth look at that book that's maybe on your channel?
Yeah, I think I went through this previously. I think I have a video.
Channel. Find it. Yeah.
Maybe
As a kid, the movie never really spoke to me. I didn't think I was really into it, but later on, I did get into Dick Tracy and became a fan.
Yeah,
Ryan says, hi, Justin.
The comic strip definitely meanders, but it
City with color.
Yeah. Well,
the early Dales that came out. I mean, early 30 stuff. He wore a green hat, not a yellow hat.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I don't really see it as Sin City with color, but because it's like its own thing, Dick Tracy. But I could see how someone might do that, connect it,
make that comparison.
Sin City. So yeah. So
kind of remind me of
right?
Al Capone or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely say though, like Dick Tracy being as popular as it was, that it did influence like Will Eisner for The Spirit. It influenced The Question. It's even Watchmen has.
We got 9 people watching. If you'd hit the like, that'd be great. Like, share, follow, subscribe. Also look for Pete. And Pete and Rex and Belmont. We went over their campaigns earlier, and their YouTube pages and all that good stuff. So,
yeah. Thanks for showing my campaign page. I actually got a backer for Smokes.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What? That's awesome, man! Wow. I didn't. I mean,
now
I wonder sometimes who's watching. Like, that's great.
I'm sold out on the Don Perlin Bob Layton cover. I might have one extra one, but I'm just going to keep that one just in case, something happens with somebody's order. I can replace it or whatever.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's awesome, dude. Wow, that's exciting. Glad somebody backed. Even if it wasn't from here, or if it was from here, that's awesome all the way around.
Oh, it had to be from here. It was why we were talking about it. It came in a little while ago.
Kick ass. Sorry, Pete, I interrupted you. I don't know
it's okay.
what you were talking about.
Sorry, I'm kind of. Well, not that I'm winding down, but I think I got to do some design work. So
Yeah, no worries. I think
Yeah.
I think we're almost 3 hours in. We're technically like 20 seconds away from 3 hours.
nice.
I had a great time. I don't know if anybody else had a good time. I hope you did. Thanks for everybody who came in. Anybody want to have any last words, or Belmont, you want to start us off?
Yeah, I enjoyed ranting. I had fun.
Yeah, that was
I had a
pretty,
little bit of bad luck earlier
pretty
today. I had
spicy.
I had some things go wrong, and then my headset broke. My internet went out. It was kind of an awkward day, but
I hope things get
in the end
better.
of the but it turned out to be a great day in the end.
Sweet.
Had fun with you guys. Yeah, if you can check out Pencils Down. It's going to be on Indiegogo for about 2 more weeks, something like that. So not that much time left, and I know Christmas is approaching. Someone mentioned that you can actually back books with a gift card. So if you got like a Visa or Master gift card in your stocking, that you can actually go and back
Oh,
somebody's
that's cool.
campaign with that. So that's a good idea, I think. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, I had
Rex?
fun, guys. I like watching you guys draw and stuff. I wish I can draw like that, but I can't. So I just ramble instead.
Right on. Well, Justin, invitation will be always open to you from here on out, and I hope you come visit us whenever you want.
Yeah, appreciate that.
You got it, bud. Rex,
Oh, I'm good.
you're good.
Keep
You
collecting.
can find Rex every day at the 4 o'clock shadow on his
Absolutely.
channel. Yep.
Tomorrow we've got on Ronin Entertainment. I've never had them on, so we'll see
I look forward to it.
that's all about. And Saturday we've got Godfo on. And
Nice.
maybe one of these days we'll get Peter back on.
Later, just later the better. For like when we
He's a night guy.
well,
He's a night
next
guy.
year.
No,
Yeah.
Here's the thing. When I first was on Rex's, that was like the tail end of me kind of almost like working, like I was kind of like working like 2 hours a day, and we were like very remote, and I could just spend like more time here. And now it's like it's flipped. 4 o'clock is just like a little bit of a danger zone because that's the end of the business day. Company wise, like we deal with people coast to coast now too, pretty heavily. So I'm on California time also.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
So
Well,
it's like
we can do lighter streams. We can do
like
lighter streams
something like around 10 o'clock. That seems to be what the rhythm
The
is. The
magic hour for Pete.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
all right.
but it sucks. But no, Rex, I love you and I love Shadowhawk. I think you guys are a great combo, and you guys knew your stuff, which makes it fun. So
Just remember to invite me and Belmont when you have Pete on, because we're big fans too.
well,
Okay. All right.
We'll keep the group going.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, this has been great to do a couple, because we did one last week together.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I think
Was it last week or was it 2 weeks ago?
No, it was last week.
It
There'll
was
be
last
one next week
okay.
too. So this is gonna be a
I've
weekly
slept
thing.
since
I'm
then,
trying to stick to
believe
it.
it or not.
Yeah. So we just gotta support get going.
Oh no. It's I want to support you guys, bro. It's about all of us. But look at this guy, man. He just keeps.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't stop. Yeah.
No, I know. I'm so jealous because I don't want to be controlling this StreamYards crap. I want to be drawing too.
Yeah. There are drawbacks to being the host.
Yeah. But I'm trying to get better at this, so I appreciate you guys putting up with me and giving me a chance to do this. So, Pete, you got any parting words here before we jet out?
Let's just let's have what's tomorrow? Thursday or Wednesday?
Thursday.
Let's have a good Thursday.
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go.
Let's have
you guys are good people, and you can find us all on the YouTubers. And look at Rex. Look.
Hail the chat.
Yes. Hail to the chat.
Hail the chat.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, we had some good flow through tonight. Good
we laughed, we cried.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. We went
We
back
bitched and
devil.
whined. We made some good art. What was that, Rex?
Go back devil flyer.
Go back,
Do it.
Devil
Here
Fly.
we go. Always be selling.
Oh yeah. Always be closing. That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Always be close. Yeah, there you go.
All right, I'm gonna try to see if I can play my little intro. It's about 9-10 minutes. If you don't want to hang around for it, that's fine. No big deal. But I'll be here. If you want to hang out, that's cool. If you want to chit chat a little bit afterwards, that's fine too.
Sounds good, bud.
Let's see. Can I do it? Can I do this?
what day it is? Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Anybody? Mike. What day is it, Mike? Hump day! Anybody? Uh-oh. Hump day! Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Guess what today is? Mike. What day is it, Mike? Hump day!
Are you waiting up for more for the sake of something to say when I know the play? Never know what you gotta say about us. When you see the song leaves the game, you should start trusting it. Didn't let you go, need to say you're sorry instead. You just say it's my mistake. Gotta say about it, gotta say about it.